I did it. I pressed the button, everybody. I'm back.
Oh,
And the
magic button
music's-
press.
the music
Oh,
is
shit.
playing. There you go. Now the music is playing. There we go. Right. So we pick off from where we left before, everybody. So I'll just do a brief overview for this one for us to really start to get into it. So we are in the deep, dank, dark dungeon cave, the Olark mines. You're here to try and get rid of what you have discerned to be the Void Kraken, one of the big endgame bosses, generals. You know that they're in here, or you have managed to work out by kind of putting the pieces together of what creatures lurk in here, and the fact that when you got anywhere close to this place before on a boat, a giant, horrific, mutant kraken thing made of goo went into some of your minds and fucked with you. You managed to get into the entrance, and after dealing with a large amount of enemies, you kind of picked one of 3 paths to go. You decided to go through the main path and encountered even more heavy resistance of enemies. You encountered blue glowing mushrooms that are alive and scream when you pick part of them off. Because, you know, it's alive, so if you pull someone's fingernail out by the root, they're gonna scream.
Who would have thunk?
You managed to disattain the creatures that are in here. At some point, were probably miners. Or at least some of the creatures that are in here were, at some point, probably miners. You have encountered weird patches of strange liquid that glows, that seems to have a kind of poisonous effect if you linger in it, or a stagnative effect. So you've learned to try to avoid that. You have also managed to actually find the miners' campsite that you've kind of were made aware of via learning from multiple people back in the actual township of Olark itself. You knew that by talking to a blacksmith that actually was working down here a long time ago, that because there was so much mining that went on in here, they actually constructed like a makeshift kind of, not town, but I guess settlement is the best way to describe it. And you were aware that if you could find that settlement, you would be able to have a safer, not safe, but safer place to rest. When you got to it, however, you encountered some strange goings-on. You encountered a weirdly armored figure, that's this weirdly armored figure right here, in some form of combat with a even stranger creature than what you have fought so far, and that's saying something. It's a weird tentacle octopus man that was playing a flute and was having a good time playing the flute until you
Asshole.
and then it
The hidden member of the Beatles.
yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
Do me, Beetle.
This is true Ringo Starr right here. You know those conspiracy theories about Paul McCartney not actually being Paul McCartney, and that someone took over him and it's like a different person. This is Shin Paul McCartney right here.
I believe it.
Violent Paul McCartney, if you will.
Cool.
But when you got there and you interrupted the dooting, a bit of combat ensued. Sadly, no matter how much you tried to keep them alive, the individual was killed by the strange tentacly man. And then some of you were almost very nearly killed by it. If you can look for the viewers, you can see the health bars and you can see just how bad some people's healths got. Also, a very, very strange thing happened, and that was that when the fight ended, Jaqspur suddenly passed out. He gained a fever. He was insanely hot to touch and had to be moved into one of the kind of campsites to try to keep him stable. Unbeknownst to the characters, but to the players, what actually transpired was some kind of strange, albeit soul transfer in which Jaqspur, in a strange outer space / inner space dimension, met the fading soul of the individual that died here, an individual that named themselves as Galahad, and met what seems to be, or was told to be, the future version of Jaqspur, who for some reason is just made out of stars. The individual by the name of Galahad explained to Jaqspur that something strange was going to happen to his body, that Galahad was a being that has certain types of powers, and when they die, those powers have to transfer over to someone, but it has to be someone that's close to them and has potential for psychic abilities. So someone that already has some kind of latent psionics. The only person among the group that had real latent psionics was Jaqspur. So, because of that, when he died relatively close to Jaqspur, the powers went to Jaqspur, and a part of his soul, part of Galahad's own soul, kind of went with it, and the rest of it got to fade off into the eternal sea of the afterlife. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up. Everyone else was kind of not sure really what to do. I believe the plan was that Niristine was going to try and get the barrel that was over here and fill it with some of the fresh seawater to...
Oh, we're not going to kick him anymore?
No, we're going to drown him.
I was gonna like hover over that, but don't worry about it. Yeah. The idea was that they were gonna try to get some of the cooling fresh seawater to put near Jaqspur's unconscious body, so that if he really continues to burn up as hot as he is, they can try and cool him down. There was a note that previously, when someone tried to pour water from a water skin on him, it seemed to mist and evaporate as it hit his body. That telling you just how supernaturally hot he is. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw the floor open for a little bit to kind of have an idea of what everyone else is doing. And then we're going to pass over to Jaqspur and we're going to find out what's happening with him. Another just quick note, obviously Fabio is still not with us. He's probably not going to be with us for the foreseeable future. I do have a story out for him, but it's not one that can work in the middle of a dungeon. So I'm still going to keep him being a silent protagonist with the rest of the group, and I'm going to have him do just basic attacks, and I'll save his kind of bigger stuff until what I deem as to be a boss or a sub-boss fight, and I'll have him be essentially aid for you. So, we're going to kick off moving into the wider group, so people outside of Jaqspur, and we're just going to see what you guys are doing a little bit. You haven't had your long rest yet, but we're going to try and have a little see what's going on with you, and then we're going to find out what's going on with Jaqspur, or the next stage of what's going on with Jaqspur. So, I pass the floor to the players.
I will make my way over to Wilk because I'm sure, given that if the barrel is filled with water, it'll probably be heavier. So I will want to help him with that.
Okay, well, yeah, you're in free movement, so you're okay to. You're not in any kind of combat, so there's no restriction to your movements or anything as of right now.
I also want to just investigate it to see if it can even hold water.
Roll me an investigation check, and we'll take a look at the state of the barrel.
It's a barrel.
It is in fact a barrel.
Oh no, it's wet! Look out!
It looks relatively intact.
I actually probably should have asked if I could help with that, but it's fine.
It's alright. It happens. It's relatively intact. It looks like it could at least hold some water.
Okay.
It's not got any water in it at the moment, but it looks like it can hold some water.
Okay. Well, while he carries the barrel, I will do a cure wounds to him because I know how badly he's hurt.
He's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not going to be nearly as good as Caitlin's. But I will do it at level 3.
Ooh, big level.
So that's 20 healing.
That's 20 heals for you, Wilk. There you go.
Getting a smidgen better.
You're not as close to being unconscious as you were. Is the best way to put how much health you just got back. You're not good, but
Jam now as opposed to being almost unconscious.
There you go.
I gave you at least a round of combat.
Maybe.
That's generous. A round at combat, maybe if he's raging and you're not facing anything big.
Yeah.
Fort the enemies before doing like 38.
Yeah. That's why I said maybe if they're lesser things and he's raging.
And I think I used up my fucking Moundborn skill.
Yes,
for Stone Endurance.
You did.
Yeah, I did. So yeah, there's that thrown out the window.
However, I have stated this is an area that you can use for a long rest, and that will be able to take place. We're just gonna do some story stuff first, and then you'll be
Hooray!
able to have a long rest. Be gracious that I'm allowing a long rest. Some dungeons don't have it. Some dungeons will have places for you to have short rests, but like long rests, no. But yes. Yeah, so...
That's mean.
Yeah, so I'm helping him carry the barrel over to the water to fill it up and slowly carry it down to Jaqspur.
Okay, well, carrying it over to the water, because it's an empty barrel, there's 2 of us, and one of you has stonks when it comes to a strength stat. I'm not going to worry about asking you to do an athletics check, but I am going to ask you to do one for carrying it when it's filled with water. So the way you can do it is you can maybe have one of you do it at advantage, or you can both do it, and I'll do kind of like a kind of a group check for it between the 2 of you.
Preferably he'd do it at advantage.
Go ahead then, Sam. Please roll me an athletics check at advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. So you obviously the barrel isn't actually movable on the map because it's a part of the map. But we will say if you just
let me get my scissors and then I'll cut out.
Yeah, cut it out for me. Just give me
cut out on my laptop screen.
Yeah, cut out the piece of your laptop screen and then somehow on all of our laptop screens and computer screens, put it right where it's supposed to be. But if you just point out where you want it to be, I'll use the draw function and just draw like a little box as to where it's supposed to be. So if you just ping where you want to put it, I will draw where it is.
Okay.
Don't we want to like right over here or something like that?
I figured we'd probably just like have it like right next to him, like right here.
Like right
that
there?
Works.
Okay.
That way, it doesn't take much to pick him up and just dunk him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him the old how special.
Yeah.
Dunk a yak.
That's how you seem to solve a lot of your people problems, apparently.
Pretty much.
You please move your characters down there because you are now actively down there. And what I'll do is I'll actually use this as a good enough transition to move over into what's going on with Don't stand in the barrel, Will.
But it's very
He
nice
steps
in
in
there.
and breaks it.
Yeah.
Water
Let's
runs everywhere.
let's open from all sides.
So
God damn it, Wilk.
yeah, so you guys get in there.
I am.
You guys get in there, and you would see that that sure enough, Jaqspur is in there, and he's kind of tossing and turning. This is kind of the time that this is happening. Is the kind of time, that he's having his weird space meeting. And then what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pass over to Devon. Devon, you have the floor.
Yeah, I have the floor for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
But out of nowhere, almost, you notice Seymour, who wasn't there before, come back into frame.
Let me get Seymour.
Yeah. He was not snapped back in, but he's just here.
Oh,
And-
there is his token. There he is. There he is.
And he walks up, and he grabs the staff off of Jaqspur's back, and suddenly Jaqspur, his eyes glow, and he begins to float into the sky, up and away. He's hovering there. What's going on? He wakes up for a little bit, and the staff starts to shake, and he looks at his little buddy, who has now suspiciously also started to float in the fucking air. It's crazy. And he looks at him and he goes, "Oh, see you soon, buddy." Oh. Suddenly his eyes boom purple, and the staff connects with Seymour. The Seymour and the staff, they shatter into a million pieces. Suddenly it recombinates into this strange, bizarre crab man. Where did he come from? And he's looking at us, and he says, I think this is your line, X.
I don't remember a line. I don't remember being given a line. What was my line? I don't remember being given a line.
Okay, fine. Just pretend there's a voice filter, man, and he goes, "It is your time, my child." And then he explodes into a million pieces. And then the ground, it just begins to shake and shake and shake, and all of a sudden, pouring in, nearly 200 crabs just pour into the room. They're coming from all directions. They're flowing around. They're flying. They're whipping past all of you. Oh my god, there's so many crabs. There's just so many of them. That's fine. It's gonna loop now.
Yeah, it's gonna loop. It's gonna loop. Just let it loop. Just let it loop.
It's fine.
Just let it loop.
It's fine.
Just let it loop. Keep going. Keep going.
It's gonna loop, and the crabs are flowing around. They're flowing everywhere. Suddenly, the crabs, they start spinning into a ball around Jaqspur. Oh my god! What's going on? Suddenly, a bunch of blinding lights begin to blow throughout the cave. You can't see anything. Oh my god, they're swirling around him. What's going on? And then they shatter into a blinding light. Suddenly, Jaqspur's on the ground. His eyes are glowing. He doesn't know what's going on, but there's something in his hand. What is it?
Trying to get the image, but it's not coming out.
Yeah, I know. It
There we
just popped
go.
up on my
There we
screen.
go. I can do it. I can do it.
Hell yeah!
Hold
It's
on.
a gun!
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
He holds it above his head!
Crab, 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 crab!
It's weirdly floating. He's not holding it. It's just sort of in the air, spinning around. There's a text box, and it says, "You got the."
Hold on. I'm gonna transfer.
I know.
There we
I'm
go.
giving you a second.
There you go. There you go. You should see it. You should all see the screen.
There it is.
There it is. There's the item. It's called the Seamaker.
Incredible. I hope that's also the episode title.
It is! It is the
Good.
episode title!
Good.
This was the transition to the episode title. Seamaker.
We did it, everyone.
We did
This
it.
is a very strange Free Willy sequel.
That's the peyote trick right there. Like, right there.
Jaqspur's eyes are furiously, and suddenly he looks down at this strange object, and he goes, "The fuck is this?"
The fuck is that?
After all this, Nearestine just walks away.
That's the reaction I was promised by Hex that you would have, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I told you.
That's exactly what I was told was gonna happen.
I told you, man. I told you that was what was gonna happen.
To a T.
Yeah, I literally said when
Took
we
your
were
shot.
working this out. I literally said when we were workshopping this idea that you were gonna just walk away.
See, Car, there's a gun in the campaign now.
There is. You just don't have it.
Yeah.
Yet.
And then now
The fuck is this?
this happens. The name changes.
Oh, the new yeah. Oh,
Jaqspur the Awa.
Jaqspur the
The
Awa.
Awa.
Yeah.
the
That's all he can say from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just kind of looking at it.
What is that? What
I
are
don't-
those?
I don't understand. Did something happen? Did I miss something?
Do you want to explain what the fuck just happened with all those crabs? And I don't know what the fuck that is.
What
Who
happened
was
with
that
crabs?
Who was that handsome crab stud?
Yeah, what was that
What?
giant weird crab thing that kind of disappeared and then disappeared?
Guys, I have no idea what you're talking about, but this thing's really weird. He kind of like what's this little knob? Bang! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hear a
Oh,
loud,
crab.
literal gunshot as reminiscent to the sounds that you heard coming from this this cave some time ago when you were drawn into the fight. You hear that go off, and everyone's suddenly reminded that those noises exist.
Oh! Ooh! Oh God! Why is this thing's dangerous?
Yeah, it's a fucking weapon. Of course it's dangerous.
Well, I mean, I've never seen a weapon like this before.
Looks like it would make a great back scratcher, though.
Yeah, it actually does. Look, it's got this little pincer area on the back. Yeah.
Is no one else weirded out that it has got like a crab like pincer as like a handle? No one else.
It just
weirded
makes
out?
It just makes me hungry.
Huh? Yeah, you're right. It does. Huh.
Why does it still smell like crab too? That's
It smells like
you're right.
crab meat and also lime.
it smells.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I do smell the lime. You're right.
yeah, I kind of do as well. That's kind of weird that you mentioned that.
Are you
Yeah,
going
God,
to
thank
eat it?
Are you mature enough to handle something like that?
Probably. I don't know.
I'm
do you
mature
want?
enough to handle it.
Do you want to eat it?
It's like a weird crossbow, but I don't see a place to put bolts or like the actual
Yeah,
string.
me neither. Yeah. It's weird.
Try putting your finger in it and see what happens.
Last time I did that, it like made the big bang.
No,
I know. And it made me laugh.
Try aiming it at your face and see what happens.
Okay.
I would rather you not do that. I think like that thing is gonna go off again, and I don't know what'll happen if something's in front of it when it does.
Maybe he could double his awakening.
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a weapon.
I
Huh.
mean, it kind of looks like a weapon. Like I said, it looks like a weird crossbow, but like
Yeah.
no bolts or anything in it. I mean,
Try shooting the horse.
or one of the carcasses.
Okay. And he kind of turns around. All right. So he's discovering how to aim in real time. He's kind of He aims at this body.
I stand next to Jaqspur because I've used bows before, and since it's being described as a crossbow, I will help him aim.
Okay, so
Like
Yeah,
thematically, because I know he.
Yeah, teach him how to steady his waist.
Yeah. Like,
It's
you aim
all
down
in the
this, you
It's
point it
all-
that way.
Oh, not this way, huh? He was pointing it the wrong way.
So this is a good point to test your new ability with the help of Neurostine. I want you to roll your attack that is based on
Yeah,
your
on my
Seamaker.
new sheet.
On your new sheet. Get rid of that old sheet.
Yeah.
You don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Shoot it at the carcass.
All right, here we go. Natural one. Here we
No,
come.
at advantage because someone's helping. Why did you send that to me?
Oh, we left it on GM because of last time.
Do it again. Turn the GM off.
Yeah, let me flip that. All right, and and also advantage.
Add
Oh, it is
advantage.
already an advantage. There you go.
Because you're being helped. A 13 does in fact hit a corpse. Roll damage for me.
Hell yeah.
And that's just enough to
Oh, that's
destroy the corpse.
Yeah, there you go. Whoa! Oh, it kind of rattles it back. Ah! Whoa! It's like it fought me back. It's got a kick. Oh!
So
Oh, man.
how does it shoot, Devon? Like, what does it shoot? Does it shoot a bullet? Does it shoot energy? Like, what does your Seamaker projectile happen to be?
In this specific case, not that he noticed it yet, but some of the eagle-eyed among you, I don't know if you want to roll like a perception or anything like that, you'll notice that when he presses the button, what appears to be a glowing purple pellet shoots out.
Oh. Yeah, you
yeah,
would 100% notice that. 100% notice. You'd notice that for what we would see as kind of like I guess a musket round.
Yeah.
Almost.
And when he actually fired it off for the first time, I'm going to say you all probably noticed this. He hasn't noticed it yet, though. On his back, a little like metaphysical glowing purple pouch has appeared, like on his waist, on his backside.
So it's a physical thing that can be picked up, or once it hits, it just dissipates.
Something like that. I don't believe the pellets stick around.
Okay.
The pellets don't stick around. Is they because the idea is that it's being made out of the mind. And
Yeah.
the moment it impacts and it does damage, it dissipates, it disappears. It's no longer soluble anymore.
Yeah, I figured as much because it's doing psychic damage. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, it does in fact do psychic damage.
I should shoot crab legs.
Yeah, shoots hors d'oeuvres.
But suddenly,
I think we did kind of mention something like that.
that's
Did
for
we? Did we?
another thing. That's for
Yeah.
another thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That is for another thing.
So we
Ah, yes, the buffet cannon.
suddenly you do feel a lot better. The heat that was overcoming you is completely disappeared, and you are just yourself again, albeit
Yeah.
very different form of yourself.
Mhm. Oh.
I'm sorry, but we still have to do this, and I try and dunk Jaqspur in the water. I hold him down there for an obscene amount of time.
He stopped moving.
Nearstein, he has a dry spot behind his right ear. I think you need to dunk him again.
What is your con modifier by any chance, Devin?
Let's see. It's 7.
You can hold your breath for 7 minutes. No, that's not your con modifier. You do not.
Sorry,
have...
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, no, that's 4.
It's 4. You can hold your breath for 4 minutes.
I always look at the wrong place on that. That's still pretty good, I feel like.
That is pretty good.
I lift his head out after just a couple seconds.
Okay, maybe not do that to him. Like, he's just went through a weirdly traumatic experience, I think. So maybe don't try to drown him right now.
He still felt hot.
Everybody roll me a quick perception check.
Oh, damn it. I should have hold off on my perception roll, because I had a good one.
You did.
Yeah.
You had a really good one.
Time
Not
for
bad still.
19.
time for a 7.
Oh,
Didn't even
Close
get
enough.
7.
yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's fine. You're juggling the sheets now because you got the new one, so I don't.
Yeah.
It's fine. Not an advantage. You can take that off now. But
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So,
Yeah, shit.
In Sierra, you would hear like something's coming from down here. You don't know where from, but you hear like the sound of scratching on stone.
There was kind of a massive event in this room, so...
So you hear like a strange sound coming from down there, like scratches on stone, is the way I'll describe it. I rolled one for Hera as well. Just let's see if she hears it as well. Perception 14. Yeah, that's good enough to hear it as well. You would hear it as well, Neristine. It would be like, but you would hear it a little bit fainter. But Caitlin and Sierra can really hear it coming from down that way.
Down which tunnel, or down just this way in general?
Does Caitlin know that she's muted?
Yeah, sorry, I was
Oh.
taking a drink.
That's fine. You were quiet, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, she's been quiet this whole session.
That's why I was
Yeah.
confused. So you could tell it's coming from down here somewhere. You don't know
Okay.
exactly where, but down here somewhere.
Yeah, she'll point that out.
Okay. Maybe we should refrain from shooting that thing off again because
Oh, it's a bit
of the
loud.
fact that we're hearing things. So
Yeah. Luckily, there wasn't any other really loud thing that happened recently.
we should attempt to get some rest before anything potentially comes this way.
Roll me another perception check. You specifically,
Oh.
Neristine. You hear the scratch of claw talon against natural stone get louder.
Okay.
Oh.
It sounds like it's getting louder and closer, so I think we need to get ready for something. And Sarah,
Oh.
do you think you could touch us up, maybe?
Yeah. She's going to do... Alright, let me look at everybody's HP here and decide how to do this the best. How many of us are below half?
I can see at least 2 individuals below half. Sorry,
I know I'm below...
3 individuals below half.
I know
Yeah, I
I'm
am
below
below.
half. I know Wilk's below half. I know Yak's below half. Kara, you below half?
Yep.
Cathro seems fine. Hera seems fine.
Yeah.
So she will do, since that many people need it, she will do preserve life.
The child divinity?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Pop it in the chat. I believe it's basically there's a certain amount of health pool that people get, but it can't take them above half
Stupid
health.
thing. There.
There we go. Starting at level 1. That's not the thing.
Wait,
meant to-
no,
yeah,
wait.
That's Disciple of Life.
Pain in the ass thing.
Hex.
Yes.
I've noticed on my sheet. Well, actually, more that I didn't notice. Where are the values for each spell? Where's that listed?
Yes. Let me give you that right now. I'll put it in your bio for you. So while I grab that, preserve life. As an action, you present your holy symbol and invoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. So you are 8.
8 times 5 is 35.
35. So you can.
Wait, no, it's 40. 40.
Yeah, I was
I
I'm
was
dumb
fixing
as
to
fuck.
say.
I was like, hold on. Also, that's the most southern thing I've ever heard you say, Kara. I was fixin' to say. So
So 40. Yeah, well,
yeah,
let's split
so
them up.
you get that to divide that amongst the group as much as you want. So you can give one person only 1 health, but the rest, or you can divide it however you see fit.
Yeah, can you move Devin, can you move the character right here for a little bit while we do this? And then you can move him right back. Oh, you need a lot of health. Fuck you. So 40.
Not getting that long rest anytime soon.
10 health to each of us.
10 health to each of you, okay. So everybody get the 10 health?
Well, yeah, Kara.
Yeah, so we get the 10 health.
Kara, can you get the 10 health?
Yeah, I can get. I could get exactly 10.
Okay.
God, man.
I'm just gonna put this last thing in for Devon. 4 equals.
You can move back now, Devin. Thank you.
Okay.
That's okay. I said that I just decided that he took those shots from that point earlier, as opposed to in the little place. It's not a tent, is it? What is that location?
It is a tent. It is like
It's
Oh, it is a tent.
It's
Okay.
a very better tent.
It's a raggedy tent. Like it's enough that you can sleep in there, but
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, he left the tent to take the shots.
yeah. So if you look in the bio, Devon, you'll see I've given you like the breakdown of how much your spells cost for what spells you can cast at the moment. So Devon has now transferred over to the homebrew class, the Seamake, and thus his spells no longer operate on the same system as everyone else.
Where is that actually? I'm seeing, because I see in Allies Organization there's
Yeah.
there's just a bunch of numbers, but I'm not seeing the what. Wait. Oh, sorry. I think I understand.
You got
Okay.
it now? Yeah, wonderful.
So level 1s are 2 and level 2s are 5.
Yes.
Oh, I got that right. Okay, then I've got it.
And with that, you now get an extra bar.
A mana bar!
You now have essentially exactly that. You now have a mana bar, Devon.
Yeah.
And we will all learn together how your mana bar works as we go forward. But we still have the looming threat that is the strange scratching coming from the now seemingly darkening hallway. So, what are you gonna do?
I should also have access to a certain defensive thing, if I'm not mistaken, right? But maybe that's not. We're gonna layer that in slightly later.
We're gonna layer that in, Devon. I'm
Okay,
doing it for you. It's alright. It's alright.
Okay. Good night. Jump in the gun. Jump in the gun.
God, yeah. I'm gonna take it away.
Shut the
Keep
fuck
doing that.
up. Did you add your 10 health, Devin?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I was at 10 before.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Nice.
But yes, you hear that? What do?
Maybe we should get moving.
Well, we needed to stay here and attempt to rest. I'm going to
Yeah.
move closer to the stockade and see if I can see what's out there.
This is one of those times where it'd be really cool to have one of those like bubble spells that hides your sleeping place.
That sounds like a good spell. Or a good
I know that exists. I don't know what it's called.
thing for a spell. There you go, Devon. Now you have triple bar.
Oh god, oh shit, there it is.
So when you get there, roll me a perception check, please, Nirstein.
And I'll cast guidance on myself just in case. And
Okay, yeah.
hope for the best.
Again, whenever you activate your guidance in this place, you find that it is devoid, of souls. So the souls from the recently departed aren't here. You would know that for a fact. So, now roll your perception. Now roll d4 for that. 19.
So 19.
You look out and you can see a figure through the mist. It's suddenly gotten very misty around the area, as if it's wafted in from the sea of some kind. And then, haha! I made you all scared for no reason. It's just Hoots.
Oh!
Remember, Hoot has talons. He doesn't have people feet.
Listen, you are an asshole.
He's just intentionally walking by walls and scraping them like Freddy Krueger just to fuck with it.
And upon seeing you at the barricade, you can see that he has his longbow ready, and he goes, "Oh, Nirstein, it's just you. I was concerned. I saw a lot of strange dead creatures around here, and I thought perhaps you were one of them."
Well, unless you see an elf, then chances are it's not going to be me.
What? No, I was saying I thought that you were not you, but a monster. Not you.
That remains to be seen. But
okay, I guess. I'm assuming that the others are up there then as well, or are you on your own?
The others are back behind me.
Wonderful. Let me squeeze through our little barricade, I guess.
Yeah, this was here when we got here. So.
Jaqspur waves, "Hi!" and he has the gun in his hand, but he's forgotten that it's in his hand almost.
Dear God, who gave him a gun?
What's a gun?
What's a gun?
Oh,
can I eat it?
I forgot you don't have those. He has think of it as a crossbow that doesn't need the string and fires small metal spheres that rip through your body.
Not food?
Not food, Welk. Not food.
That makes no sense.
That's bullshit!
It is a technology that your world has not come across yet, is the way I would describe it as. Where I came from, it was not in abundance, but it was more common to see. How did he get that? What? Wait, why?
I'm not really good, actually. It's weird. I don't remember how I got it.
Oh, I can explain. His crab exploded, then became a bigger, more handsome crab.
My crab, what?
A six-pack. Then that crab exploded, and then it became his gun.
My crab, what?
Crabs don't just become
Your crab what?
Gun? What?
He snaps his fingers to bring him back.
It's best not to think about what goes on in his little world.
He doesn't appear yet, by the way, Devon.
Huh?
I'm terribly confused at how his crab became a firearm, but I guess the first gunman of this world.
Did I give up my body for this?
I don't know, but congratulations, you have a gun now.
He kind of collapses to his knees.
And then, poof.
They slowly run at each other. Dun 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 dun.
As you're holding him, you notice that one of his claws is slightly off color to his other claw.
You've been doing some work. What's going on there, buddy? What's up with that?
He points to the claw on your gun, and then points back to his new claw that's slightly off-colored.
Well, oh my!
He sees the gun and has Vietnam flashbacks.
I mean, that's the face of someone having a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah. So this is a part of you?
Yeah, just nod.
Kind of. Yeah, he gives the shrug.
This is also the face of a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah. No, that's the image of a Vietnam veteran right there.
I want to talk about this for a minute. When we were searching that up, like we were looking for stuff, and like I think we googled like crap.
We were trying to think about what kind of Psi Mage you'd be, and we were thinking about putting you in the Mecha Psi Mage, and so we googled Crab Mecha.
Crab Mecha, and that's one of the first results.
I would like everyone who sees this image to be aware this is not a drawing. This is
this is something someone made. We found in Google Images.
This is made out of an actual crab.
This is a physical thing that someone could physically hold.
It's actually made out of crab stuff. Nice.
It seems like it, at least from what we saw. There's a full image. Why don't you throw that in the Discord server? I can see that at some point.
It's a weird crab taxidermy.
We were like, we gotta find a way to fit this weird bullshit in there somehow.
You were like, I gotta find a way to fit this weird bullshit in there. And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's something.
But yeah,
you can headcanon that's Seymour's true form if you want. The real answer is I don't know, maybe. Maybe I'll decide it is later.
Anyway, so Hoot has informed you that what you have is in fact called a gun, or he's also referred to it as a firearm. He has explained that it is a crossbow-like weapon that doesn't need the string of a bow, but it fires out small pellets that travel at high speeds that rip through people's bodies. He's also mentioned that it can be referred to as a firearm, that people in the world that he came from had them, but no one on this world seems to have had the technology for it yet. So,
Kara found the full image.
You're the first. Oh god, did she?
For the other fucking hands and the legs. I forgot.
Oh, let me look at this.
Yeah. It's like we found out. Like I can't believe someone made this.
Also, that's really good news that Fabio got the passport.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, you've been informed that you're a gunman now.
Yeah. So again, Yak hasn't noticed it yet, but if anyone wants to call out, there is a glowing purple bag affixed to his waist that is very. I'm not going to say it's hidden. I'm going to say it's quite noticeable, but he hasn't noticed it yet because it's on his back.
Jaqspur?
Yes.
Did your testicles move? Because you have a ball sack on your back.
He kind of first he reaches for them just to make sure.
Roll me a medicine check.
Yes. Crit fail.
Please crit fail. Damn.
You place your
Oh,
hands
man.
around your genitals, and yes, all 3 of your testicles are still there.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my triads are still there. Okay.
Your
Triads.
triads?
Triads. This is what I was going for, but I said it wrong.
He has 3 like abs on his stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the 3.
Yeah.
Why do you have 3?
Well, it's
What
just
exactly is a furbolg?
it's just a Furbolg thing, you know.
I don't know.
Oh well, it's a Furbolg thing. Something Devin learned and decided 4.5 seconds ago.
Oh, I know. I'm
So that's a furbog.
To put it
Crap.
nicely to all of you, you look like shit. What happened?
Don't touch the mushrooms.
Yeah, don't touch the mushrooms.
Oh wait, what the hell is this on my back? What? Huh? And like, yeah, there's like this glowing. There's almost like a haze and like a smoke coming off of it. Little. It's like a bag on his waist, and if you look at it, there's just nothing in there. But he goes to reach for it, and whoa, there's a lot of shit in here. What's going on? And he kind of pulls out like a little piece, and he's like, I'm just gonna call it a piece for now because I don't exactly know what to style all of these as. Yeah, but it's like a little knob that you can assume would attach to the gun, and he's like, "Huh, what is this?" And suddenly he, almost as if his brain told him, he understands what it is. Whoa. Oh, wait, hold on, this will let me... Oh, that could be useful.
It looks like some kind of attachment for your weapon, like a replacement part or something.
Yeah, this is,
Quit playing with your knobs.
Yeah.
this
Especially in
one...
front of other people.
I will try my best. This one lets me use some sort of command spell. Interesting. Oh, there's a bunch of these in here.
I might need to teach you about gun safety if we get some moments, because I'm a bit concerned of how you're throwing that thing around and just waving it almost.
That might be a good idea.
Do you
Um,
always point the end part where the well, they're called bullets, but I don't think you know that.
or not like this, and he does that thing where he kind of points it at Hoot.
No, not like that. The bottom.
Yeah, fucking Danny DeVito shit.
Hoot
When he-
reaches out and pushes it down to aim the barrel of the forge like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I need somewhere to put this. I can't just
That got
carry
very
it around all the time. I need someone. I can't just carry this around all the time. If this is that dangerous, all of a sudden, a little metaphysical holster appears on his waist. Oh, that's very convenient. Huh, it's almost like. Nah, he just kind of puts it in there.
Well,
Is Jaqspur a witch?
Maybe.
Hoot looks at you and goes, "Wait, you all do forms of magic. Does that not make you all witches?"
Wait, am I a witch?
That's a good point.
Tara looks at you confused. Kinda.
Oh no. Where's that bucket at so I can dip myself in it
To burn myself.
to wash away my sins?
But Hoot holding the gun down still. Like, but no.
Yeah, they're pointing it at the ground. Just, we're gonna keep it down here for a bit.
But no, honestly, does anyone want to tell me why you all look like shit?
Oh, we kind of got their asses kicked.
Did you
Yeah.
fight all those things that I saw?
Yeah.
These things in here, no. Those things out there on your way up here, yes.
Oh, that's well. I guess that's I guess Floric was right to send me to you.
We also fought ourselves at one point or another.
What?
Don't listen to him.
I actually don't remember that. Although there's a weird gap of time I don't remember at all. Hopefully nothing eventful happened.
I'm very confused. But
And like, there's this weird, gooey, slimy flute player in here that nearly kicked our ass. I'm honestly ashamed that we almost got our asses kicked by a band geek.
He was very talented.
I'm concerned. Again,
I tripped him.
I'm very glad that Floric asked me to come and aid you. But I must admit my wings are tired.
We were actually looking to get a rest until you started creeping up on us.
I wasn't creeping, I was walking. I didn't even know you were down here. I just kind of followed the dead bodies in hopes that I might find you.
It's actually a pretty good plan, all things considered.
It worked out surprisingly well, didn't it?
Yeah, you can't argue with the results.
I guess if I ever truly lose you, I just need to find a large amount of dead bodies and follow them.
Well, I mean, hopefully that doesn't lead you down the wrong path.
I mean, the dead
All right.
bodies were a clue.
If you want to trap Wilk, you can just lead him to like a line of apples into a box with a stick holding onto it.
Yeah, a little apple box with a string.
And just give me ideas.
Well, if you are capable of resting, I would suggest doing so. It would certainly make you look a little bit less.
Yeah.
menacing.
I think that would help. Maybe we should have since we're in a maybe not super defendable place, we should have like breaks watching and take turns.
Oh yes, you
Yeah.
most definitely need to have someone looking over you to make sure you aren't jumped.
Yeah, maybe maybe on my turn you can show me how to use this thing.
Do you know how to use a crossbow by any chance?
I've looked at one before.
I know how to spell it. Does that count?
Yeah,
No, that doesn't.
I think he's touched one time.
I definitely spelled crossbow once in a spelling bee.
Oh, okay, well, we'll, I guess, start teaching you gun safety then.
Yeah, you can also go through all the stuff in this little pouch and figure out what else is in here.
Yes, you should probably do that. If you're going to rest here, though, like you said, you should probably set up some kind of watch. There's more than enough of you to have a good rotation.
All right, Seymour, get on it.
Yeah, you go watch with me.
Right, so I'm guessing we all do want to use this opportunity for a long rest, or do you want to just keep going with now the way you are now?
Long
I
rest.
really would like a long rest.
Right, so
Yeah.
what
I
I
figure we
need-
can do it in like 4 groups of 2
Yeah.
if we include Alexander.
Yeah, I would definitely like some hoot-based RP with the gun.
Okay, that don't worry. Hoot's in the dungeon with you now, so there's gonna be some stuff from Hoot. So yes, you are. What I want you to do is to just decide amongst yourselves, out of character, what order you want to rest in and who's gonna rest where. I will say the tents. You can look at them, and packed in, you could maybe fit about 4 people. So decide amongst thyselves who's going to do what watch, what order, and who's going to sleep in what tent. I will state, of course, that these fit 4 each, and there is more than 4 of you.
I figure it can be me and Cathro first.
Mm-hmm.
Then it can be Caitlin and Sam. Hera and Alexander, then Hoot and Devin.
Okay. So if everyone's okay with that, if that's the way you want to go, type it out for me. And then we'll start to get into the rotation and what happens during the rotations. But I would like people to position themselves as to where they're going to stay. So you do have a tent down here. At the moment, it is kind of slightly filled with a large barrel of water. And then you've got the tent at the top. Like I said, both can hold 4 people. At the moment, the bottom one can actually only hold 3 because of the barrel.
I would help move the barrel back out of the tent since it's no longer required.
Who's going to help you with that?
I could help.
Alright, so Sam, roll me athletics at advantage, please.
All right.
Yep, 100%. You, in fact, halfway through, you realize you don't actually need Neurostein's help, and you're able to lug it on your own.
I was able to do tricks on it.
I feel so useless.
The best part is, like, it was the first roll, which means it would have been the first roll anyway. So if he had done the athletics on his own, he still would have critted.
he's fucking twirling it on his finger like a basketball and shit.
Some Harlem Globetrotter stuff.
Okay, then. So again, I do need people to position themselves to where they're gonna stay. So like I said, we've got 1 4-people tent here, 1 4-people tent up there.
I figure for keeping a lookout, Fabio and I would be by the barricade.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that he comes with you. Fabio voice, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah, so that way it would just be 3 per tent.
Yep. So who's going in what tent? It looks like Caitlin's already kind of positioned herself.
Caitlin is the least productive tonight so far.
What?
You've not said like 5 words tonight.
There was nothing really to say.
Anyway, so yes, people plop themselves down as to where you're going to be sleeping.
I will stay in the back tent.
Go stay in the back tent.
Heck yeah, cause that bucket.
Alexander will go with you. So that's 2 people in the top tent. We have 3 people in a crab.
Yeah.
Where are y'all gonna go sleeps?
What are my options right now?
So you've got this tent down here that Insira's in, or you've got the tent up the top that has Wilk and Alexander so far.
Let's sleep around in Sarah.
Okay, so pop yourself in that tent.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll for Wilk. I'm going to roll for.
Oh, do I not have access to Seymour Token?
You should have. He's
It looks like I do not.
Oh, he's not set as Seymour. I put the name as Seymour, but not. There you go.
There we go. There. And Sarah has permission to crab snuggle.
So is he going in with you, or is he staying on the outside?
Seymour is coming in, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So then, for Hoot, I'm gonna say that Hoot will go sleep up here, and then Hera will go sleep in here. So, I'm guessing you're gonna do maybe 2-hour rotations. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, you do 2-hour rotations, and you will all still get your long rest. So, Neurostine, roll me a perception check at advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, for your 2 hours, you don't see anything. You keep a good vigil on this area down here, trying to see if there's any kind of signs of those weird shufflers or creatures coming through. You don't see anything. You're trying to keep all of your senses open, remembering that you heard the scratching of Hoot's talons way before you actually saw him. So maybe it's an idea to keep your other senses open. But sure enough, the 2 hours do pass, and you don't actually hear anything. So it is now time for you to go and be relieved by Sam and Caitlin. So you will need to go get them.
I tell Cathro if he will go up to the top tent and get Wilk, I will get Insira.
Okay, so Cathro goes up to the top and he sees a slumbering Wilk, and he gives you a nudge with your foot, with his foot.
Whoa! I'm like,
And he just gives you a look and just says, "It's you gotta do the watch now.
oh, I gotta watch.
You gotta do the watch. I'm a person. I need sleep."
Oh, do I have to stand up and watch you the entire time? I thought you were old enough.
No, not me. You need to go and watch so that nothing attacks us.
Oh, okay.
He steps out of the way for you to get out, and then he kind of slides past a nested Hoot and clombers down. He very visibly doesn't take off his helmet at all for the sleep. He undoes some pieces of the rest of his armor, and they clunk down to the ground, but you see that he does not take his helmet off.
Wilk looks at the horse and says, "That's a dead horse."
Stop beating
Time
it.
to go beat it.
What? Stop beating it.
I'll reach down and shake Insira awake to let her know that it's her turn to do the watch.
I'm up.
Just gonna move all the bodies.
And I will position myself where she was, and I will sit down and give Seymour a pet before settling in.
Roll me an animal handling check. I'm gonna see how good of a pet you give Seymour.
Pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's a pretty damn good pet. That's really good petting.
It's a good pap.
That pet was so good it gave him 30 more life points. Just kidding, it wasn't a crit 20.
I wish. So while that's happening and they're doing their bits of sleeps and trances and such, Insira and Wilk, you can use this time to do some stuff if you want to between your two characters. If you don't want to, just decide who wants to do the most of the actual watching, and whoever does that, roll me a perception check at advantage.
My perception's not too good.
I'll do it at advantage then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do something on my side. Yep, again, you keep a close vigil on the area down below. The 2 hours seem to pass relatively uneventful. You get a strong smell of fresh rain that seems to radiate through the cave, so maybe it's raining outside at the moment, but you don't actually have any situations where you don't see any creatures, any monsters, any combat. You manage to get through it without anything like that. So it is now time for you to go and wake up the people that are going to take over from you. That is Hera and Alexander.
I'll get Hera, you get Alexander. She goes over and shakes Hera awake.
Hera kind of pulls herself free from her trance, bats her eyes a little bit to kind of readjust to the natural-ish light of the cave, and says, "I guess it's my turn now then." Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Just be careful with Furbolg boy there. I don't like the fact that he has that weapon on him, and I'm a wee bit concerned that it might just go off in his sleep. So maybe don't be facing it, is what I'd say.
Is he, real quick question, is he visible?
Is who visible?
Is Jaqspur visible from where they are?
Yeah.
The gun is not there.
Ah, she goes, I could have swore I saw it there before. Okay. Huh.
The bag is also missing.
Could have swore. As Hera goes off, she's muttering to herself, saying that she could have sworn that she saw the gun. And then all of a sudden, you hear her go, "Wait, then what pressed it? Oh no!" Right, how do you wake up Alexander? Look.
Oh, well, it's
Oh,
gonna,
God.
Slams them.
Want's gonna.
Crushes his head.
He looks at him, he looks at Waldo, Want goes, "It would be so easy."
Like, just a close up on his head, and it's fucking
One
made
and
of
done.
clay, and you just watch it be crushed as like clay blood spews out of it.
It'd be like smashing a pumpkin, but human-sized. Want's gonna tell Alex to wake up because Want doesn't trust Wilk to wake Alex up because Wilk's probably gonna punch him. So Want gently tells Alex to go get over there.
Alex kind of drags himself up. You see, he's kind of like, he's like slapping his lips together. You know when you wake up and you get that weird morning taste in your mouth? He kind of has a bit of case of that, and he kind of stumbles his way.
Ugh,
But then
humans are so gross.
when he gets to here, he stops and he goes back. He goes, I can't see in the dark."
Everybody just ignores him and lets him wander around.
Is it okay if I take the torch? He gestures towards the torch. Like, is it okay if I take the torch with me?
I mean, that's a dead body, but you can take it.
It's not a dead body. I just used it to create the aura. But okay, he takes the torch with him.
You do you, Alex. You do you.
Right, they go over there. Let's see if anything happens to them. No, wow, that's the exact same roll twice. Their 2 hours happens, goes through. Nothing is a problem. Hera then makes her way over to Jaqspur, looks at him, and gives him a quick kick and says, "Oi, pervert, wake up."
Ah! Oh! I have this weird feeling people want to kick me recently.
Well, something poked me while you were sleeping, and your gun's not there, so I'm a bit concerned. But whatever. Right, it's your turn to keep a watch.
I'm just waking up at this point and hearing this conversation.
Kind of stands up. Oh, what do you mean the gun's not there? And he reaches down and it's in his hand.
Well, it wasn't there when you were sleeping, I'll tell you that. But something was there and it was poking me.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe it goes when you sleep.
I don't know. Seymour, are you poking someone? Kind of gives a shrug.
No, I mean your gun. Maybe it goes when you sleep.
I don't know. Maybe it's pretty new. Honestly, I don't have an idea.
At this point, you hear the noise of Hoot waking up. He has made his way over to the barricade already.
I actually don't get the thing with Hera at all.
What thing?
I don't know if I'm supposed to get the thing with Hera.
No,
the poke.
It's a dumb joke. It's a dumb joke.
She's saying you were poking her with your.
It was a dumb joke. That's all.
Oh, I understand the triads.
Wow. Okay. Right. Moving fucking swiftly on.
Oh my god.
Who is over there?
Nice.
He gives a wave towards your tent. Goes, I'm ready. Jaqspur.
Oh, okay. I have my health back, right?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Oh yeah, the light. The light's attached to me.
You will all get it when you all complete your long rest. You haven't all completed your long rest yet.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to stand that close next to me, Jaqspur. You can stand on the other side.
He's breathing in Hoot's ear.
Your feathers are so soft. I need it myself.
Put the lotion on its skin.
I'll get the Seymour again.
How would you like to get poked at night?
Silence of the yak.
Hoot's like, oh god, it turns back and Seymour is the crab man. Oh, he looks back, he's gone.
Just whisper soon, then disappears.
Rubs his eyes.
Big owl eyes rubbing, like what? What? So the same as before. If you want to talk to Hoot or do anything with Hoot, then you may. But if not, we will say that the watch time happens.
All right. So, teach me all of your gunly stratagems.
Okay, well, I'm not exactly an expert in firearms, but I was taught how to use the basics of them. I guess what you have is what we would refer to as, well, it's some kind of strange mix of what we would refer to as a blunderbuss and a pistol. Weapons that a pistol is like a weapon, like a hand crossbow, if you will, and a blunderbuss is more like a heavy crossbow. Two different weapons for different situations. But what you have, while it looks vaguely like a blunderbuss, it is also about the size of a pistol. So it's a mix of both. You probably noticed when you fired it that it has something called a kickback. It is a...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So whenever you fire, that will happen. It will provide recoil. So you will feel like it's trying to push you back.
Huh. Okay. So, need to kinda ready my body, I guess?
You need to ready your mind more than your body. If you stiffen up, if you stiffen up too much, it'll mean that you throw your aim off. But if you kind of lean into the recoil and you expect it, it will help you. You see that little thing that you can push your finger on, the thing that you think is a button. That's what we call a trigger.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you squeeze on that, don't pull it back, but squeeze on it, you will fire a shot.
Has he set up like a dummy or anything like that?
No, he hasn't. He's just telling you.
Okay, there's a specific thing he wants me to shoot at.
No, he's not asking you to shoot anything. He's just telling you.
Okay. So this squeeze instead of the pull. Okay,
Yes,
that makes sense.
Squeeze instead of pull. Usually, one would put what we call a musket ball in that end. He points to like the business end, the barrel.
Yeah, he turns it around and looks at it. Yeah, I see.
Dear God, you're an accident waiting to happen. Don't do that. That end that you're looking down right now, that is the dangerous. That's the dangerous end. That's the part where the projectile comes from. So point that end at anything you want to hurt. If you don't plan on hurting someone with it, don't point it at them. Usually, it's best to keep your weapon holstered or aimed at the ground so that no accidental fire happens.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
No,
we wouldn't want to just be going through the forest and, oh no, Walt is gone. Oops.
You don't want to just be walking through a forest hunting with a friend of yours and then accidentally aim it at someone and shoot them 7 times. It would be terrible if you did that and if you were, for say, a politician of some sort.
Did you say 7 times?
Yes.
That does sound familiar. Which story are you referring to?
an American politician that literally shotgunned his friend like 4 times in the woods on a hunting trip?
I totally believe that. I just
Wasn't
don't
that,
remember the
wasn't
specific
that
event.
Cheney?
Yeah, that was Cheney. That was
It's good.
Yeah, that was Dick Cheney.
literally referencing. Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
that would be a terrible thing, and obviously be careful.
It's a very specific amount of shots.
Just be careful with it around people. You know, you don't want to get them hurt. You don't want to be walking up and down like nurseries with this or anything, or places of education.
Oh, yeah, that's also very specific. Yeah, I don't want to hurt no one. Jeez, it's a lot to know.
Yes, yes, it is taking care of a weapon, a firearm, and being safe with it is the first lesson of using it. Really, you should learn that before anything else.
Yeah. Okay, so keep my way steady, prepare, and squeeze.
It's strange
Okay.
that you just got one. Really, there should be some kind of test, like some kind of license that you have, like a form of check in the background, if you will, to see if you are actually okay to wield such a weapon.
Listen, my brain's got all sorts of stuff in it. I'm very qualified. Don't worry.
Sure.
He kind of starts digging around in that ammo bag. Just as a quick question.
Go ahead.
If I was to test 1 or 2 of the spells with the mana bar, would I get it back on the long rest?
Yes, because you would get a long rest. But I would say, like, unless you're gonna shoot Hoot or Seymour, there's no real target.
Yeah.
Right
Well, there is a couple spells in there that aren't necessarily a target.
I know, but what I say with that is that do you not maybe want to keep some of those a surprise?
That's true.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about emptying the whole bag.
No,
but,
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Yeah. So, but he is gonna dig around in the bag a little bit. He's gonna realize that these are essentially weapon mods.
Yeah.
And he is only just learning of the concept of that, but he is, of course, he kind of just gets it,
Yeah.
like almost as if it was always meant for him.
So Hoot comes over towards you as you're you have like all
He's
these
tinkering,
pieces.
yeah.
As you're tinkering these pieces, he's like, oh no, that doesn't go there. Pass it to me and I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
You try to hand the weapon over to Hoot, but the moment you hand it over to him and he goes to take a hold of it,
Mhm.
it seems to vanish. And he goes,
Oh.
wait, hold on, it shouldn't do that.
That's not normal.
That's
Oh.
not
So
normal.
scared. I was so scared because I thought I was gonna fire off when he was hand over Hoot.
Bang!
Bang! And the Hoot is gone.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
where'd it go?
That's not supposed to happen.
What did you do with it? He's looking around.
I didn't do anything with it. I couldn't even take it.
It's in his hand. Oh!
Okay, that's not supposed to happen.
No, it's not. Oh, okay, here, you try again.
But, okay, he tries to take a hold of it.
Yeah.
The exact same thing happens. He
What?
goes to touch it, it disappears. Oh.
Oh, that's
What?
weird.
That's definitely not supposed to happen.
It's in his hand again. Oh!
Ah!
Oh! Are you sure they're not supposed to do that?
No, they are most definitely not supposed to do that.
At that moment, it becomes slightly metaphysical, and it starts to have like a hazy glow, and
Oh.
it almost looks like you can see through it.
It's definitely not supposed to do that.
Huh. Maybe it's tied to me?
I don't think that's a real gun.
No.
But
No, I'm not
still a
supposed it is.
gun.
It's still a gun. Huh. Okay. Do you think maybe you could show me how to do those pieces from there? Kind of point where you want me to look at?
Yeah, he starts pointing it out to you, and he's teaching you that like the basics of for lack of a better terms, the anatomy of a gun. Like,
Yeah.
what is what part. And he goes through, like, your little bag of tricks with you. And telling
An
you
hour
what
and
is
he's
what.
field stripping it like Solid Snake.
Yeah. Essentially, he teaches you how to field strip and make adjustments to your weapon. And the whole time, whenever he tries to touch it, the same thing happens where he can't physically touch it. The moment he comes into contact with it, it just disappears. And then after a couple of seconds, you kind of bring it back to your own hand. And you don't get how or why.
Hoot looks away and then he looks back. He's got a bandana. Bolt action grip. What? What? It's gone.
Okay, now let me teach you the basics of CQC.
Yeah. Here's a knife. It's very important.
No, but he then starts to teach you the basics of CQC and teaches you how you can operate the weapon in the confines of a 5-foot space.
Yeah.
He starts explaining that while it's hard, sometimes it makes it a bit harder to shoot, a bit harder to aim. You still can use it in close confines with another individual or another enemy, and he starts going through the basic tactics with you. But
because he could never figure out how to fire at something a foot away from him.
But oddly enough, he's looking at the way you're doing it and goes, "Well, this is a bit strange because usually someone with a weapon like that would find it hard to aim and fire in a close combat situation, in a situation where someone's right in front of you, like I am with you right now. But the way you're pointing it and aiming it, it feels like you might not have that much of an issue. I mean, obviously, we can't fully tell, and combat.
Gotta get into a fight, but it's almost like he's like downsiding it. It's almost like something is telling me what I'm supposed to do.
It's almost like you have no disadvantage for firing this in a close combat situation.
Oh, very clever wordplay.
I don't know. It was just the word that came into my mind.
Interesting. I mean, he takes another one of those pieces, and he notices that they're labeled, like almost like they have like a little metaphysical etching on the side, and he notices that 2 of them are very familiar to him, which are of course his psionic blast and his mind thrust, which are not gone.
Who kind of scratches at his beardly chin with his head turned like very curious out and goes, "That's very strange. They're labeled."
Yeah. He instantly knows where to set the blast, and he kind of locks it on the top.
Are you sure that you've never did this before? Because you seem to know exactly where that piece goes.
It's almost like it's telling me where it goes.
Huh.
I don't really understand, but interesting.
Honestly,
So, if I was to, it's safe for me to cast it.
what are you gonna cast? What do you want to cast?
Blast.
Yeah, you could angle it where you're not actually going to hit anyone, essentially.
Yeah. So, kinda towards the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a scattergun blast. Whoa!
Now we're gonna practice this. Take away the amount of psychic points for that spell from your psychic bar.
Yeah. So let me remind myself. That's in. Actually, that's a good question. Actually, what level are psionic blast and mind thrust?
Look at your spell list and you'll see them.
Yeah. Is it blast 3? I got that right.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be no. I want the bio. That'd be 9 points.
Yes. So, like you would with your health, just click your token. It's the blue circle.
Yep.
Minus 9 from that. There you go.
Whoa! Huh? It's like it used to be, but now it comes out of there.
That's strange. I've never seen someone cast a spell, for lack of a better term, through a weapon like that.
Yeah, he kind of looks at the other one, the Mind Thrust one, and he slots it in. He doesn't cast this one, but because that would require a target. And not just gonna push it to its mind, lock him down.
Push into Seymour's mind, murder him.
Yeah. Ah! And the gun shifts a little, like it kind of morphs just a little to accommodate that. Yeah, and it's interesting because he's kind of toying around with it, and he looks at some of the other ones. He plops on that command spell he mentioned earlier. So it looks like I have a couple of tricks I didn't used to have. This one I didn't have before. The last two I did.
And then there's a yo-yo.
There's the yo-yo spell.
And then there's just an NRA card.
You know, I have this sudden urge to tell everyone not to take this away from me.
Who goes to touch it? You go, no.
No.
My cold dead hands, who?
I need this to protect myself against the amendments of the kingdom.
I find it interesting. I didn't think giving you a gun would suddenly turn into a bunch of gun jokes. I should have expected it.
You probably should have expected that, yeah.
I didn't think that was actually what we were going to do, but it's happened.
And you know what? They're only just beginning.
They're only just beginning. We should have replaced your library card with an NRA card. We really should have done that.
I mean, there's still time. We haven't taken it out of the bag yet.
But yeah, he seems very intrigued with this because he explains. I've never seen a weapon like that. I've seen firearms, but while that is a firearm, it is not one like I have seen. Certainly, I've never seen one that casts spells before.
Yeah, it's almost like these are other spells that are. Maybe it's. Okay, I think it might be an extension of some of my psionic powers.
I mean,
So what you're saying is you're coping for something.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Where I came from, psionics were very rare individuals. I never saw one that could do something like this. Mainly, they would alter their own attacks and sometimes generate force fields or to protect themselves, but I've never quite seen this before.
Yeah. It takes a minute to identify the main. I'm gonna say that every spell that me and Hex went over off camera is in the bag, but he's going to specifically quote prepare a certain few for immediate use.
No, there's like loads and loads of pieces in there. Some that you don't actually comprehend yet. Like you pull out a piece and you go, that you have.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
And
A silencer. Who the fuck wants this? I want a Weltner.
He pulls out like a level 6 spell. He can't read it. It's all smudged. I don't get it. He throws it backwards, like it doesn't land in the bag. It's gone. It warps back in when he's not looking.
he looks at it and goes, "Never mind. What is that? I don't."
That's stupid. I don't need that. Yeah, he familiarizes himself with a couple other spells.
He familiarizes himself with some of the ones that he recognizes and
Yeah.
puts in.
Yeah, and they're all based in his mind.
As that happens, and you've had your little CQC training system with Master Millerhoot. You can you.
Jaqspur invented Doritos.
So what I want you to do for me is roll me a perception at advantage.
Gotcha. I keep diving into the other sheet.
It's fine. Well, your perception, I think, is the exact same, but still.
Yeah.
Advantage, so roll it again, basically.
Oh, you're right.
You're very preoccupied with the weapon, but you do steal glances of the area,
Yeah.
making sure that there's nothing there. And yep, sure enough, you go through your time, and you would know now that everyone should be fully rested. So everyone now actually gain the benefits of a long rest. So put your health up to full, put all your spell slots up to full. This includes you, Devon. So put your health back up to full.
Yeah.
Refill your mana bar. And everyone else do the same. Make sure that you have all your stuff back that you normally would. Okay.
Right. There we go.
The same for Fabio. So I check something for his sheet.
Heck yeah! Back to full strength.
Yep, everyone, you should now all be back to full strength. At this point, Hoot kind of like flies into the middle and gives out a loud bird call that wakes you all up.
Real quick, some people should remember I casted aid on you.
Yes, some of you.
So switch that back.
Oh yeah, I was wondering why I had so much health.
I figure Sam was one of the ones I did too.
Yes, Sam, you had 5 extra health than you should.
No, he had 15. Because I casted a level 4.
Because Sam's health actually looks right, so I don't think it was Sam.
It was someone, maybe Catherine?
No.
Or maybe Yak?
No, because this is Jaqspur's redone health because I redid his thing.
Okay, so maybe it was Jack at one point.
I might have fixed it because I'm looking at your health and your health all look fine. So I might have actually already fixed that. Oh no,
Yeah,
no, it did because I swapped out tokens. So yeah, it's fixed. It's fixed.
Okay, yeah. I knew, like, I had to take mine back.
So now everyone, Hoot has woken you all up. So time to gather again.
Yeah, I'm glad you did remember that because I'd completely forgotten.
I took it off. I must have because I'm looking at your healths and they're correct. So.
Well, no. I just changed mine. It was different before.
Mine was at the changed amount also.
Yeah.
Oh, your thing didn't change on. Oh, that's why I know why it's not actually linked to the health. That's why. Cathro comes down. Hera is over there. Now just waiting for the rest of y'all. Kara?
Yes.
Are you gonna join the rest of the group or?
Sorry, I was looking over my spells.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, of course. So those of you who are prepared casters, Nerastine, Insira, if you want to change any of your spells, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I gotta look over those.
Yours are set. We set yours.
I just mean, like, fully understand everything.
Oh, okay. I thought you mean change them. I was gonna say, motherfucker. So, gathered all up. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
Insira's gonna go ahead and cast Aid at level 4.
Okay. Who will you be casting Aid on?
Give me a second here, sorry.
Yeah, no rush. Take your time.
She's gonna cast it on herself, Wilk, and Nerastine.
Okay. So the three of you gain maximum hit points of 15.
15.
Yeah.
Yep.
So add that back. Make a note that in your bio, make a note that your normal health is X, like put in your number, and that you have added 15 for aid. Okay. Type that
Yeah,
in.
sorry to make you take it off to put it back on again,
That's
but
fine.
That's fine.
You did it the correct way anyway. So Wilk. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, do it. That's fine, Wilk. That's fine.
I actually already had a note last time.
Okay, wonderful. If you have that, that's the same. All right. So, if everyone has all your spells and isn't swapping any spells or anything around, you have gathered all up. Hoot says that I know that you're looking for something called a void kraken down here, and your aim is to kill it to free up these mines for use again. What is your next move?
We should beat it up.
That's a good plan. Do you know where it is?
No, but I really want to beat it up.
Okay, well, maybe. And hear me out on this. You should find it first, then you can beat it up.
Oh,
Oh,
that
Doesn't
sounds like
get
a
it.
good plan.
Given what this is going to be stupidly paranoid, of
Mhm.
course. I know he's done nothing that would give concern to do it, but can I insight Hoot?
You can insight Hoot if you want. Nah, one. Hoot seems exactly like a Hoot. He seems to be talking like Hoot. He seems to have a grip of everything that you've said like Hoot. He's
Wait, I need to do this more often. Hold on.
He's done the coo like Hoot has sometimes.
Plow.
Seems there's Hoot. The only magic that comes off of Hoot is from his talon tips and from the arrows in his quiver.
Okay.
Once like, I'm watching you, Owl.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, I'll speak up and I say, knowing what we know of the Void Kraken and the fact that he's done what he's done thus far, I will be the first to admit that having had a night's rest, it made me kind of curious as to if you were you.
I'm pretty sure that I'm me.
Am I me?
oh,
Just the fact that you showed up out of nowhere, given that you said Florix sent you, it seemed, the more I thought on it, the more just seemed suspicious was all.
But
tears off his mask and blasts us with magic.
wait, hold on.
But-
What you said surely proves that I'm me. If I know that Floric exists and that Floric is connected to you, then surely I am me.
Then what's that? He points at Seymour.
That's Seymour. That's a crab. I believe. He dies sometimes and reappears.
He dies way too much,
He dies a
but
lot,
he smells delicious.
but you can't eat him.
Well,
Hmm.
like I said, it's just a paranoia factor is all.
I mean, do you want me to show you how I got here? I could show you.
No, it's just, let's just get back to discussing how we're gonna do what it is we're gonna do.
Well, then, that's on you. I don't. All I know is that I flew through up that little narrow place, and then I got into here, and I saw bodies, and then I followed down this way, and I saw you, so that's all I know of the cave. Mine, I guess. Not cave.
Well,
Wow.
everybody, I think we should mosey on down this death mine cave.
Let's mosey.
That's a good start, I guess.
Let's giddy on up.
Yeah.
Right, so
I will
where-
ride the horse.
It's dead. You killed it. Right.
It was
so
already dead. We didn't kill shit.
You killed it. Right. So well, move as you want to move, you guys. If you're moving on out, move on out.
We'll plow. I'll be more up front. It's like it's a big map or something.
Yeah.
Isn't the direction of the game?
Sorry, say that again.
I will tell who, because who probably won't know. Steer clear of the puddles of water.
Oh, that's definitely not water. I flew over that. It looked disgusting.
Yeah, we're not sure what it is, but there's definitely something off about it. So
I mean, the fact it has tiny creatures in it moving, that I didn't want to touch it.
there's tiny creatures in it.
Yes, did you not see them?
No.
Go over to it and take a closer look.
I will move.
But don't actually touch it.
I will move up to the edge.
Roll an investigation at advantage now that you're aware something's there.
He pushes me in.
So now knowing that you're actually to look for something in there, you can see them. But like, if you look really, really closely, there are tiny little like circular things with tails kind of swimming through that. Like little white circular things with tails swimming in the liquid.
That would explain why when I had stepped in it the first time over there at those barrels, it gave off just like a sudden uneasy feeling, and I'd quickly gotten back out of it.
Yes, I didn't even want to touch it. It smells strange to me as well. My sense of smell is probably a little bit better than yours, being a bird and all that. But it didn't smell right, so I tried to steer clear of it. And then when I actually took a closer look and saw those weird things swimming in it, I decided to leave it be.
Well, now that we know what's in it, or that there's something in it, then chances are that's what's causing whatever that uneasy feeling is. Now, it's probably something that the Void Kraken has created to cause such feeling, I would assume.
Perhaps. I don't know what it is, if I'm honest. But I'm steering clear.
I've never seen such a thing.
But yeah, who is now revealed to you, and you can see that there are tiny little weird circle things with long tails swimming through the water. They're very small, almost microscopic, but you can just about make them out.
Violent tadpoles.
Not tadpoles, but...
And Siri, you've done a lot of reading and such. Would you recognize what these things are?
Can I see if I can recognize these things?
Roll me a medicine check. No, you've never seen anything like this before. They're so small and just they just swim around a lot. Sometimes they bump into things and then they move around again, like they're looking for something.
Oh dear.
Does anybody have an empty vial? Maybe we can collect a sample of it.
I think I might have one.
Do you have like have you used any potions and kept a vial, or have you like got anything that you might use to contain and hold some of this strange goo water?
I thought I had something, but I don't think I do.
I probably would have. I've used my. I know I've used my poison. I probably would have held on to that vial for.
Okay. Well, roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
You are just about quick enough to scoop it up without actually getting any of it on your hand. I literally immensely came up with the number 13, so you just start. If you any lower, and you would have came into contact it, and you would have had to make a con save. But you just about scooped it up without actually getting into contact with it. So yeah, you now have a vial of put it as vial of Olark goo.
Ew, that's gross.
It's gonna be even grosser when you work out what it is.
Goopy goop.
They've just been jerking it in the water.
Oh no.
Kara, how did I explain what the creatures inside look like?
Little circular things with tails.
Yeah. What do you think that is?
Oh no! Seaman boys.
It's cum. It's not water.
Would it be seamen or sea boys? If they're
seamen. It's
okay.
You're standing in a hallway with a pool of monster ejaculate.
I mean, it could still be used as a means of an attack.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah.
Pocket jizz.
It's pocket jizz. You have a vial of monster jizz.
Yeah.
Oh, these fucking degenerates.
How do you think that was made? Like,
this is a downside of Lovecraftian horror. It's just like, man, like when you get to like some sort of old shanty town, it probably smells horrible.
I love that this is the downside, not the racism.
No. Well, there's that too. There's also like the mindfuckery, but it's also like it probably smelled horrible.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah. This stuff stinks. This stuff stinks.
You don't want to know where it was.
This stuff stinks.
Well, apparently it was inside some fucking Lovecraftian penis or so whatever.
I want to know. I want to know how a Lovecraftian penis is different than a regular one.
Because it penetrates your mind.
Oh no!
Yeah. Inward and outward. Oh, so gross.
I wanted it to be gross. I wanted you to work out what this is and feel gross about it.
Ugh.
Hoot just flies over.
Fucking son of Cause had too much of a good time in here.
Don't you feel bad for this guy's corpse?
No.
He's just a corpse lying in cum.
Ugh.
I would.
You need to move forward.
But here's the thing.
I'll get to the.
no science exists in this world to have a microscope under ejaculate to know what semen looks like. So your characters can't even work out that this is cum.
Oh no, that's worse for Wilk. He probably thinking these look tasty too.
Oh no!
He just scoops up a mouthful of it.
Just
Oh my god.
Picks up an ice cream cone. It's like sprinkles it with small
No,
toadstools.
don't play in the cum.
Oh no!
Standing in it. What? Hey, I don't understand.
If you're really standing in that, I'm going to need a con save, buddy.
Oh no! I mean, I want to say I'm not standing in it.
Then don't.
Yeah,
Don't. It's fine. It's fine. Don't. It's a joke.
Jaqspur's
There.
like, what? This is just Fridays for me.
Yeah.
This is how I make my money.
You know, guys, feels pretty nice on the feet.
Shows
no.
feet.
It's actually kind of.
Dripping with
It's actually
the
kind
liquid
of.
to the camera.
It's actually kind of soothing.
And that's how Jaqspur found his calling as someone who gives foot jobs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All of our viewers right now are like, where can I sign up for that Patreon?
The furious fan art being made
Yeah.
of Furbolg feet covered in cum.
Only bulks.
Only Paul. That revelation aside,
Don't think about Jaqspur in the two-piece.
giving you a foot job.
You must push forward.
Must get away from monster jisms.
All right, so where are we heading?
So, it's at this point I'm gonna point it out to you because Hoot will explain it to you. But that area that you were so sure wrapped around Kara, yeah, it doesn't. It leads off to the sea. That's where Hoot came through. He flew through that space to get to you.
Good job, Hoot.
Yeah.
Give a hoot.
So
Yeah,
Kara, I'm sorry,
don't pollute.
but you were actually super wrong when you thought that wrapped around.
That's fine.
Yeah. Right. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. There it goes off into the river.
That's not cum. That's actually sea down there. That's
Well,
not
I mean,
sea, man.
we're not close enough to know that.
Today's episode was sponsored by Sea because we have Seymour,
Seamaker,
and Seaman.
Yeah.
But not the actual Dreamcast game. It's just Demon.
Next week we are sponsored by Echo the Dolphin though.
And Seaman.
The Echo the Dolphin HD remaster
Right, I'm gonna fucking poof you all down there because I'm sick of watching you be slow.
coming exclusively to the Genesis 2.
Oh god, coming exclusively. Yeah.
Dolphin
no!
5. It says coming to the Genesis. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much.
Look at an action-packed trailer. Fucking Echo the Dolphin diving through buildings, and it just says "coming to the Genesis 2."
I'm just thinking like an old late '90s Game Pro magazine where an advertisement has Echo the Dolphin, and then in Class C font letters it says "coming to
the Genesis 2.
Right, so we've come to the fork in the road again. Except now, instead of knowing that there are 3 choices to go, you've got 2. Do you go to this way? Or do you go this way? Time to make a decision, boys and girls.
I vote for this way.
Okay, so we've got 1 vote from Wilk of going this way.
I agree. We should probably go That way, since it looks like everything going this way leads back out to the sea.
I want to check out this way.
Is there any reason why?
I mean, if it leads back to the sea, it should be a short road, but better safe than sorry and explore it and then go to the other way. At least that's my thinking.
I mean, she does have a point. You know, we could just like check and hold on. Hoot, when you came up that other way, did you encounter any like fights or any creatures? Hoot ruffles his feathers and goes, "No, actually, it was quite peaceful."
I mean, we can knock this. We can potentially knock this tunnel out real quick and then come back.
Alex was like, you know, I'm still thinking. That water was really nice on my feet.
Please stop thinking about the water.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jaqspur, it looked really yummy too.
You think so? You should go back and bottle some of it so we can take it with us.
Well,
I have some of
it.
it.
A vial.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Do you want to drink it?
Do I ever?
Do you want to sell it on the internet?
I'm gonna say for cautious, fucking later. Lest I drink it and be instantly downed.
There needs to be a TVMA disclaimer right now.
Okay, so
we have 2 for up and 2 for down.
I want to drink it for the bit, but I'm very scared Hex may actually make it a poisonous substance.
Can you just choose a way?
You had to make a con save when you stood in it, so think about what would happen if you try to drink it.
Oh, sorry, I never made that. I thought you said you were joking.
No. You don't need to make it because the way I took it is that you didn't actually stand in there. You went around. But when Kara did touch it before, I made her make a con save because if you actually do stand in it.
Oh, I did not mean to click that.
That's fine. If you do actually stand in it, you'll need to make a con save.
Oh no! I think he did step in it because he's talking about how it felt on his feet.
Okay, well, roll me a con save then.
Yeah, we'll roll that. All right, time to die.
No, you're super fine. Look at that. Look at the fucking 27 you rolled. You're fine.
Cool.
You're very strong.
So yes, we have 2 votes for the kind of, I guess, left path, and we have 2 votes for the right path. Does anyone want to, change their vote, or are we having a split decision?
Well, we don't have a split decision. Devin still needs to pick.
Okay, fair enough. So, Devin, do you think that you should go the right path or the left path? I will, the left path or the right path? I will say that you can easily see that from there is some of that monster jism on the floor right in front of you.
I can see, and that does make it a more appealing path. However, what I'm actually gonna... Well, okay, here's the thing. And I'm gonna say this despite the fact that there's no possible way Jaqspur could know this. There's clearly much less to explore on the other path. Just because I could see the boundaries of the map.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one, clearly, we can, if we went, it feels like we'll have to turn around and go back that way. Is basically my idea. So maybe we should check the other path first.
The small one, again.
The small one, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, because it looks like we'll have to double back if we go other way, so we might as well fully explore.
Okay. Let me just reveal more of the area.
Past the Seaman puddles we go.
Past the Seaman puddles you go. You do notice that it does seem to get a little bit misty as you go through it. Like an area where seawater might be. You do notice that. And let me...
Oh, I thought the music stopped. I thought you were about to play a battle track.
Oh, that'd have been great. That'd have been great.
Just instant.
Right. So, I'm just gonna move up with you. Hoot's gonna stay right to the right. When you get there, Nirostine, no goesies backsies. Wilk, do you want to be standing there, or do you want to join up with everyone else?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by the sea man.
You were distracted by cum. Okay.
Yes.
So, everybody, stop moving now. That's where you are. That's the choices that you have made.
Yeah.
Okay, roll initiative for me.
All right. I'm gonna not say what I'm thinking right now, as to not jinx us.
Okay.
Opa.
You keep your secrets, Furbog man.
Yeah.
Now let me roll all my NPCs and player characters that I have to play.
Ooh.
Oh shit, we have a tie.
Here.
Yeah. That means we get our tag team turn.
No. Then let me do Caffro.
This is why we do meter management.
Yeah. just fucking shoot Wilk, he catches it in his teeth and throws it at people.
Caffro did actually pretty well for that. And then where's Hoot? Hoot should do pretty well with this one.
Build your Oki.
Bullet transfer.
Wonderful. Now let me do the creatures. So you can see that there are, ahead of you, you see that there are these creatures. You've encountered these before. You remember these guys, right, Wilk? The weird, horrific monsters that have, like, part people clothing on?
It looks like the fucking... it looks like the fucking enemies in Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah, I thought that as well. It's like, all the art from these guys is actually from, Call of Cthulhu, because that's the whole reason I made... That's the whole, like, that's the whole reason I made this whole dungeon. Was I saw that and it looked cool, and I thought you know what, I'm gonna make a dungeon based around that. Right. So, what I will describe, you are now in the battle scenario, but I'm going to describe a little bit of information of what's going on. So you see that there are 3 of these creatures that you've seen before, but they seem to be in awe of this big crystal here. They seem to almost be worshipping it. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to the
worship the Feet Crystal.
As a player, is this the same crystal that I think it is?
It's not the same. What crystal do you think it is?
The one from the one shot?
No,
like
in
the same vein of it?
No, it's similar but not. Similar but not. You would know that it looks like a much larger form of the smaller crystals from before that had creatures in them. Remember?
Yeah.
Those creatures?
I also remember that if we got too close to them, they just came out, so...
Yeah.
Perform crucifix position.
So, Hera withdraws one of her Feyblades and looks at the people around you and goes, "Are we gonna go? Is this a go time?"
Yeah, just don't get close to the crystals.
Wait, before we say go, is it possible? Now, here's the thing. You correct me on this, but are they facing toward? Do we know they're facing toward the crystal, or are they facing near us?
They were originally facing towards the crystal, but upon hearing Nirostine get to where she is, they've turned their attention to look at you.
Okay.
That's what caused it to be an initiative roll.
Okay. Do we want to play more defensively then, have them come to us, or is there like another way, like,
If we can draw them away from the crystals, that would probably be for the better, considering we don't know what, if anything, will come out of the large ones.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So yeah, we'll just do that then.
So what are you gonna say? What are you gonna?
I tell her to hold her action and see if she can provoke them to come to us.
All right. Hera kind of shouts out elven curses in the hopes that maybe they'll listen to it, and holds an action of if anything gets close to her, she will swing at it with her Feyblades. And that means it's on to you, Nirostine.
Okay. I will take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
I will draw Heartseeker,
Mm-hmm.
and as a bonus action, I will summon my spiritual weapon.
Okay. 1 second. I will get the thing for it.
Okay.
Where would you like to summon it? Ping it for me. Or
Right here.
Right there. There we go.
Okay,
So
so
do the attack roll against, I'm guessing that one, since of where it is.
yeah.
Okay, so roll the attack. That most definitely hits. Roll damage. That's 8.
And then I will pull it back to here, hoping that it might prompt it to come after it.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
My performance.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good thing. Any particular song you're singing, or?
It would be like a.
Sing something from Korn.
Yes, I will absolutely sing Coming Undone from Korn.
You sing a decent cover of Coming Undone by Korn.
That is the one.
There we go.
Is that everything then for you?
Yeah, that's everything.
Cathro hears what you said, but he wants to help form a bit of a line, so he's going to come down to there, and he's going to hold his action that if any creature comes close to him, he will attack it. It's now the the void spawn, Gru's turns. The one that's hurt has kind of got a big gash in his shoulder, lets out a growl of pain, and then he rushes over to the crystal and places both of his hurt hands upon it. Where's the other one gonna go? You know what? He's gonna do the same. He's gonna go over to the crystal and is gonna place his hands upon it, and the other one's gonna go over there to the crystal and is gonna place his hands upon it, and then the crystal is going to start to crack. Where is GM overlay? Yep. And as they start to crack, these creatures begin to emerge. I'm going to show you them. They're horrific bipedal, like on all four insect things with strange long limbs, and like they're very hairy and fuzzy with bulbous heads, just like those other ones that you've seen. But these are like much farther gone, way less human than before, way more horrifying. You notice that all of its limbs have like these weirdly elongated nails, and they make screechy noises as I roll initiative for them.
And I thought crickets were bad on their own.
Yeah, right? And they get 7. Wonderful. So it's Hoot's turn. Hoot sees what's going on, and Hoot's going to attempt to longbow the one that is already hurt. So let's do a Hoot. Longbow. Yeah, that's not an advantage, but a 17 definitely hits. And 6 is sadly not enough to kill it. It knocks it down even more, but it's not enough to kill it. Then he's going to re-notch another arrow, and he's going to go again. So let me just do this. He's going to try to sharpshooter this one. 14, oddly enough, still hits it, so this will kill it. The arrow stabs it right through the head. It hits the side of the crystal and slumps down. Insira, it's your turn. You've seen all that's happened. You've seen these creatures start to get out of the crystals or break through them. What do?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
That's all you know.
You're the only Eldritch Blaster now. Both of those, oddly enough, both hit. So roll damage. So -5. So -15. That's good damage. You see it's taken quite a beating. You see that one of your blasts, as it hits it, kind of breaks its arm. And it howls in pain as it can't use that arm anymore. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okie dokie. Jaqspur, it's your first turn as an actual Mage.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Do you have the range for that?
I actually don't think I do. I think I have to move up.
You may have to move up if you're going to start blasting.
Yeah. Let me remind myself of said new range.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so,
You look on Jaqspur the Awakened, and you scroll down, you will see something called Psychic Armament. And I've just opened it up for you. And that is, in fact, your gun. So it tells you the range and such of it. So if you read that, it will tell you the range.
sorry, where is that?
No, I had it open. Look, no, core. See, I've opened it
Oh,
up for you.
core?
Psychic Armament.
I'm not seeing anything on my end.
Yes, you are. It's right there. On core, scroll down. You see where it says Furbolg Magic?
Yeah.
Keep reading down, and you'll see one called Psychic.
There it is.
There you
Okay.
go, buddy. You got it.
Alright, so... 30 feet. So it deals 24. Got it. Okay. So let's... So I have 30 feet, so I'm probably not going to be able to get in this turn. But let's see. So I can go to roughly here.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's in range of anybody. I no longer have a ridiculous 120-foot range, but that's fine.
Where are you? You're there. Always do a measurement to check. Yeah, no way. That's 60 feet.
No way.
You're not.
Yeah.
So you move down. You have Seamaker ready. Wilk, it is your turn.
I might actually dash another 15, if that's okay.
Yes, yes.
Since
yes,
I have nothing else to do.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna move up to here.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He's waiting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna move right over here, like at least near Ketro, and I'm gonna go hold my action.
What action is it that you're holding?
I'm
whenever
gonna
you
hold
action. I still need to know what it is, so that
Waldo. I'm gonna hold the
an attack essentially.
an attack. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just quickly. There's one thing we didn't put in your sheet. So I'm just putting it in there now for you, Devon.
Mm-hmm. You're throwing what in?
We didn't put your rift ability. Remember the rift ability?
Yes.
I put
Yeah,
it
I actually noticed it a minute ago towards the bottom, and I noticed, that wasn't in there.
You'll see that it's on your cantrips now. So you.
I forgot that was a cantrip. I forgot that was free.
It's not free. It's not free.
Oh, it's not free. Okay, fine, fair enough. It's good to be aware of that now.
I'm gonna put the price in there for you. Just so that you know exactly how much it costs.
Yeah.
Uses, I think it's 2 psi points. I'm just gonna double check that. Yes, 2 psi points. I'm gonna put just 2 MP so that you don't get confused. Uses 2 MP.
2. Okay.
There you go. So
That's
right there.
pretty good.
Right, so yeah, that is your turn. It's the end of the round. It is now Hera's turn. Hera sees
Yeah, I
things.
should tack those numbers onto the rest of them.
You can if you want to. Hera looks at those things and goes, are we still sticking to the plan, or is it changing now?
Since we don't know what they can do, I think it's best to hold to the plan, at least till we see what they can do.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move up a wee bit further though, just to try and form a line, I guess. Hera moves up. In fact, she's gonna take over that spot there to try and be a bit defensive of Insira, and will once again hold her action of if anything comes close, she is going to attack it. It is your turn, Nirostine. What do now turn?
Okay,
Bongo?
I'm going to attempt to chill touch these two.
Okie dokie. That's I believe that was a wisdom save, right?
Let
Or
me
is it an
double
attack?
check.
I think it might be a straight up attack with that one.
I will post it just to see.
Oh, that should have had a turn. That's annoying. Okay. Oh.
That misses.
That misses. Do you roll separate attacks, or is it just the one attack?
Yeah, it's separate attacks.
Alright, so that's the top one. Roll the bottom one, please. That one hits. Roll damage. That's 9 damage.
And 20.
Yep. Cathro sees the creatures and is gonna try to move up as well to kind of help with that defensive line, and is gonna hold his action again. The two creatures see what's going on, and they're gonna go over. This one's gonna run over to the other crystal, and is gonna place his hands upon it. And then I think the other one might be able to. Yes, the other one does the exact same thing. He goes up to that crystal and he touches his hands upon it, and you see these are smaller crystals, exactly the same as those ones that you saw before. And then you see the strange octopod creatures that gave Wilk such a hard time start to burst free from it. I'm going to roll initiative for them right now. Let's go to the right layer so I can actually click it so that I can give it the spot on the area. 12.1. Wonderful. So they actually go next. Didn't move. Okay, hold on. There we go. And that is their turn. It is now the Void Spawn Infant's turns. And they're gonna start doing stuff. So that's that one. Let's see how far they can actually move. Okay, so they can move 30. Okay. So it's going to move. This first one's gonna go all the way up to you, Nerostine. It again.
Yay!
It does that horrific thing where it kind of swims through the air. The other one doesn't get. It gets towards Jaqspur, but it doesn't get to him. These ones are gonna move to there. So the one in front of you, Nerestein, let's see what it's going to do. First things
Typical
first.
love.
First things first. I want you to make me a wisdom save. And so will good old Jaqspur. So you pass, you're fine.
I gotta make a save?
Yes, wisdom save. You do
Okay.
one now, and then you do one officially when it's your turn.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see if it affects you.
Alright.
Okay, so it might affect you when your turn comes. Hera is technically within it, so Hera will make one as well. Hera's fine. Insira, can you make me one as well? It won't affect you till your turn, so you'll have to make it again on your turn. So you would have been fine. Right. Okay, it is then going to start actually doing its attacks on good old Nerestein. So first attack, 10 misses, 22 hits, right?
Yep.
That's 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then it's going to, because it gets to use one of its porcupine Pinsine anatomy, so I'm going to try and decide what one I want it to be. I'll go poison quills. A 10 misses you though, so be thankful. It is Hoot's turn. Hoot sees the weird swimming blowfish tentacle things and is creeped out, so he's going to try and shoot sharpshooter the one next to Nerestein. That flops. That hits. That's 20 fucking damage. And you see it really doesn't like that. Like it takes a big chunk out of its health. Insira, now it is your turn. Make me a wisdom saving throw. You pass. You are good. You can do your turn as normal. You are not maddened. If you're saying anything, we can't hear you, by the way.
No, she's just not talkative tonight.
Okay.
I didn't have anything to say. Damn, it was just moving. Move back a little bit. Okay, she's gonna do Eldritch Blast on this one.
Okie dokie, go for it. That definitely hits. Roll damage. So that one is now dead. Boom.
Then she's gonna attack this one.
Go for it. That sadly misses, I'm afraid.
That's it for me.
Any no bonus actions? Okay, wonderful. It is now these guys' turns. And boy, this is where it's going to get nasty. Okay, so make sure I have the right one this time so I don't accidentally use the wrong one like I did before. So, okay, it moves 40 feet. Okie dokie. So it's going to move 40 feet. Oh, it's just out of range. So it's still gonna move the 40 feet over to there.
Ah!
It's gonna move its 40 feet over to here. And that's their turn because they can't get closer to you. Jaqspur. Now things are in gun range.
Things are in very gun range. This sure seems like a time to pop something.
That's
But-
up to you, buddy.
But I feel like we should probably just shoot for now. Yeah. It would be a very bad time to use that cantrip for reasons that you understand, but no one else does yet.
Yeah.
But I'll say, I'm gonna back up a little. All right, you know what he's gonna do? You know what this fucking loser's gonna do?
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna leap back 10 feet, he's gonna try and do like a backwards Max Payne dodge, and just bang. And let's see how that goes.
Did a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
Take 3 bludgeoning damage. But you notice, as the weird tentacle strikes out at you, you kind of... Is Jaqspur one of those ones where if the tentacle's going towards it... No, you moved. Go back.
Sorry, for some reason I wasn't sure if I'd misunderstood and it wasn't actually my turn, so I moved back.
No, it was, but you got an attack of opportunity.
Right, okay.
Remember, if you move out of something's attack range, it's an attack of opportunity.
Of course, yeah. Alright, give me that again.
So, you notice it goes to strike you with its tentacle. When, in that moment, is that a moment where Yax would close his eyes, or would he just be like, ah? Like, you see that thing's tentacles going to hit him. What's his reaction?
Ah! Ah!
You
Like, he kind of tries to do the dodge, yeah.
You try to dodge, but then you notice that the tentacle stops like it's hit a wall, but literally a centimeter behind your face.
Yeah.
And you see...
Huh?
You see a purple crack appear in the space right before you. Please take 3 damage, but not to your health. Take
my health.
To your psionic barrier.
Yeah! Huh? He kind of tries to, tap it. You tell me, does his hand go through it?
Yeah, it goes through it. It only activates when something's gonna hit you in a way of hurting you. So if you're putting your hand out, it doesn't work. But if something goes to hit you, the psionic barrier, if it's up, hits it.
Oh, that's new. Okay.
You might want to explain that one to us, yeah, because I've never seen that before.
I think I need to explain it to me.
It's kind of like a wizard spell shield, but not.
Well, I guess not.
But you have combat dodge, so...
Yeah, I have combat dodge, yeah. My problem is that I'm thinking of it in terms of a biotic barrier, and so I'm thinking of it regenerating it after a few seconds, which it will not.
It will not. Rests, baby. You'll get it back.
Yeah, so I've kind of made the chain of events here very confusing because the shield got slapped. So I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. I'm gonna say there was no dodge yet, because otherwise it doesn't make any fucking sense. So he's standing there. It gets knocked. He's like, I don't know what happens, and then he's like, okay, and then he jumps back. He does the cool dodge, and let's see if, because it's the first time he's ever fired properly at a target. He's probably gonna miss.
No, he super hits. Roll damage.
Oh.
That's 5 psychic damage. You
yeah.
And one of the blasts takes off the tentacle that tried to hit you.
Yeah. So he goes to shoot the gun, and then this time he notices a visible psychic bullet bursts out. And collides with that dude.
I would love to point out, your Eldritch Blast couldn't hit the side of a fucking barn. We give you a gun, you roll a 21 to hit with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now you fixed it, and I'll never hit anything again.
No, it was just.
That's what I'm hoping.
It was just a shame that. It was just a shame.
Now that you called it out, it's doomed.
It's just a shame that of 4d4, you rolled 3 1s and a 2.
Yeah, I mean, but isn't it 3? Is it 3? Let me check that actually.
No, it's 4d4 you roll because of your level, and it's you only did 5.
It deals 3d. Oh, because of the level. Okay.
Yeah, because of the level. Because it
yeah, you're right. Oh, next level it goes to 5.
Yes. Right. So.
Cool.
But you have used your action. Is there a bonus action you want to use, or are you good?
Of my tool bag, what can be used as a bonus action? Actually, let me check that.
Yeah, look.
I don't think anything in particular that I'd want to use in this situation. Yeah, I think it's probably fine how it is right now.
Okay, well you still did your first shoot bang on a
Yeah,
living target.
he did a sick dodge and it worked for some reason. Oh,
It did.
guys, did you all see that? I totally hit it.
You did, and I'm still kind of confused about that. But okay. You hear just a clap of feather against bow as you see the who's kind of cheering you on for it. He's not actually clapping, but he's clapping against the bow.
Yeah, exactly.
Good shot. Wilk.
Good shot.
Wilk, it's your turn. What do now?
What do now?
You could probably move to get to some of them, I think. Oh, has he went away? He might have went away, because I see he's muted.
Well,
no, I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm gonna get some food.
Go.
I actually was gonna do what you just said
Yeah,
and move right over here.
Yeah, I thought you were going to. I know you.
And I'm gonna pop a rage.
Bonus action rage. Please reduce your rages by 1 so that you know how many you've used.
Yep, I've done that. I can pop was it D6, D8? Which one? Which one was it?
If you look, you'll see how many. Go to your spells and you'll see how many are listed. That's what you roll.
Okay, yeah, D8.
Yep,
Cool.
Roll a D8 and we'll see what your magic. What's number 1? Please click number 1 for me, buddy. Wild turns. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points plus your barbarian level.
What?
So, pick
Okay.
pick enemies, or you could pick a friend, I guess. Within 30 feet of you, so up to 30 feet.
Oh,
And
okay.
it has to make
Especially this friend.
It has to make a Constitution saving throw, or it takes 1d12 damage.
Okay, well, obviously, Jaqspur is going to take the hit.
Okay.
No. So yeah, all of them, these blokes over here
Mhm.
will take the Constitution
You want all of them?
hit.
Okay, wonderful. Let me get those up for you, and we'll do those. So we'll do the weird blobby things. They're called Void Spawn Infants. So it's a con save. That one passes. That one fails. And then I will do the other creatures known as Manglers. Oh, wait, no, ignore that because it gets a bonus. So just ignore that one for a second.
Okay.
So it crit fails, and then the second one passes. So what I want you to do is roll me 1d12. That's 6. So the first one of those doesn't take it, but this one does. And then the first one of these guys takes it, but the other one doesn't. Now roll me another d12, and that's how much temp hit points you get. And then you add your fighter level, barbarian level, so you're level 8. So that is a massive 19 temporary hit points.
So I get plus 19 to my health?
No, you get plus 19 temporary hit points.
Temporary hit points. Oh, okay.
Any damage you get will go through the temporary hit points first, and then when that's gone, you'll take actual damage, okay?
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah, so now you can actually hit, because that was your
Let's
bonus
hit.
action.
let's do this. Go back to that. All right, and then we're gonna use Waldo, and then LeBram.
That definitely hits. Roll damage. And you add 3 to it because you're raging. That is dead. Boop.
Heck yeah.
That one's fucking dead.
Bye. And can I move closer to hit this one or no?
So you were there, so you went...
It was 25. Yeah, I sorry, 20.
Yeah, so then you can move because you still got 10 feet. Well, I think you got more than 10 feet, but you can still move. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll move there and hit this one. So let me do
Go
that.
for it. That definitely hits as well. Roll damage.
Heck yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18. That's
18.
really good. You do a big slasher with that one. That one's
Heck
looking
yeah.
really bad. Right. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, it's Hera's turn because I accidentally skipped over her there when it should be her turn. So she's gonna move forward, seeing you absolutely slash at that one.
I tell her to fuck being defensive.
Fuck being defensive. Hit him. She goes over there, and then she's gonna swing her first attack at the one that you just hit. That just misses it. She's gonna swing the second attack at it. This time that definitely hits. That's -8. And then she's gonna do a bonus action attack with. Oh no, she doesn't because she has that arm missing. So that's her turn. Now, Nerastine, it's your turn.
Nerastine
Okay.
whispers, "We gotta get that arm back."
We gotta find the arm, reattach it. Yeah.
I am going to attempt to do chill touch to the squid and fly.
Yep, go ahead. So, for the squid, definitely hits, roll damage. It's dead. For the fly, it crits, so roll damage. Ooh, 24 damage. Nice. There we go.
Heck yeah.
That's good damage right there.
Heck yeah.
Bonus action, move up the weapon, yeah. And swing. Double crit! Roll that damage!
Wow. Wow.
Trust me when I go say
That's
you
what we
need
talked
these.
about.
Trust me when I say you need these.
Oh,
You
don't like that.
you need
Considering
these.
Wow,
24 took as little damage off of it as it did.
There you go. I moved the dead body so you can see the health bar a bit more.
Yeah, all that damage took it down to just under half.
Yeah. It's just under half. Do you want to move, or are you okay there? After shouting "fuck being defensive," I back away.
Yeah. I will move over to here.
Okay. It's Kafro's turn. Kafro sees big bug creature. Kafro walks up to big bug creature. Activate Unga Bunga. Where's Kafro? There's Kafro.
Activate Fabio's skill.
Great sword hits. Great sword hits. 9, 7, 16. Right, the grooves are dead, I believe. Yes, they are, so I can remove that. The infants. I think no, there's 2 alive. Right, so that one there. Can he get to Fabio? Yes, he can get to Fabio. And then the other one can get to Hera, so it's going to go right up to there. The first one attacking at Fabio. Unarmed strike misses. Unarmed strike misses. And then it's going to Poison Quill. Misses. The one going for Hera. I think that misses. Yes, just. That's the first one. I've lost the thing for it. There it is. So, first one. Second one. That actually does hit. So she takes 4 piercing damage. -4. And then it gets to do its other thing. And it's going to attempt to quill her. That misses. It is Hoot's turn. Hoot is going to try to longbow the weird, horrific fly creature in front of Hera. So, sharpshooter. Misses, I think? No, hits. That's 20 damage. That's big damage. So sharpshooter. And then he's going to attempt to do it again. Sharpshooter. Misses. Insira, it is your turn. You have moved back defensively, and you have seen that there's a lot going on with these big bug things. What do now?
Gonna go for this one. Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. That misses, sadly. That second one does hit, though. And that's 9 damage. -9. Any bonus
That's
actions? Wonderful. It is now the fly's turn. It is going to start doing its attackiness. So, where is it? Mangler. There we go. So, first things first, it makes 2 claw attacks at Wilk. A 26 does hit.
Yes.
That's 7 slashing damage. So, and 9, so that's 16. So take that away from your temp hit points. You see the the little green circle when you click your character? Take away that much from it. So 16.
Minus 16. Heck yeah!
Yeah, it's not done, but that's good.
Heck yeah! Go ahead.
It now uses Flurry of Claws. The Mangler makes 6 claw attacks against one target. Either before or after these attacks, it can move up to its speed as a bonus action without provoking opportunity attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 23 hits. So that's 16 damage. So you have 3... Right, so take 13 from your actual health and lose your temp health.
Okay.
Then that was for the 25. The 23, that's 18 damage. And then, did the 18 hit, yes or no?
The 18 does hit.
Okay. That is 16 more damage.
16, okay.
And then the next one is going to do the exact same thing against Fabio. So let's roll them dice. Let me just remind myself of Fabio's AC. Yep. Okay. And then let's start swinging.
Not Cathro, it's Fabio.
Yes, Fabio. 1, 2, the 27 hits. Fury of Claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so the 16 hits. So this won't be double damage, so it'll be 10 plus 3, so that's 13.
Somewhere Fabio just fell to the floor and had like 3 scratch marks on his face.
The next one does 18. Because these aren't crits. Because it's not at advantage, but I'm taking the first rolls. Oh, God. Then 21. That's 8. 14. Minus 14. And then 21. 18. Can we all see Fabio's health bar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's nasty.
Yeah. That is
Oh.
nasty. Yeah. It's your turn, Jaqspur.
I'm still eating, so I gotta figure out how to work this.
Jaqspur, you can't eat right now.
Jack was eating like a sandwich. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys, I was hungry. I didn't have breakfast.
Oh no! I'll be back in a bit. Skips 5 turns.
Eating a sandwich.
Yeah, he's shoving it down.
Eating a whole cooked chicken.
I'm gonna shoot this dude.
The big dude?
Yeah, that dude.
Shoot the big dude. Roll me attack, please.
I am gonna shoot with.
Seamaker.
Bang!
That misses, I'm afraid.
Oh, and I don't get a second shot.
No, you don't. You do not get
Okay.
extra attack, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'll hold my position.
If you have no then it is on to Sam. Sam, you saw that thing just gave a flurry of blows at you, and cut you in a lot of places, and you've seen the other one did the exact same to Cathro. So time to do something.
Well. Yeah. So this one's almost close to dying.
Yeah, it is.
So let's hit it.
Here.
All right. Wha-pow!
That definitely hits. Roll damage. 8, 9, 10, 11. I want you to look at its health bar.
Fuck! Does it have 1 health left?
It literally has 1 health.
Oh my god! I don't even know what to do with you. What do I even do with you?
Go your next attack and hope it hits. Wait,
I guess
wait, no, hold on. Oh, no, I'll deal with it. It was my mistake.
Okay.
After it did the fury, it could move without provoking attack of opportunity. Though I'll remember for next time. But hit it, kill it for its mistake.
I'll kill it. I'm gonna get a fucking nat one.
I
Watch.
hope you nat one. No, there you go. That you can't roll lower than a 1,
Yeah.
so you kill it.
Wow! I wish I had that damage value for the first time I hit it.
Yeah, you would have killed it straight away with that first one.
Damn it!
Oh, this is unfortunate, man. That happens.
Damn it! All the heck.
All right, so it's Hera's turn. Hera sees the thing in front of it, so she's gonna swing once. That hits, and that does 11 damage to it. And then this time, remembering that she has it, she is going to do the attack with her bonus action for her strikes. Let me find the actual thing. Dreadful strikes. Right, for dreadful strikes. So she is going to swing, and then if it hits, it does 1d6 extra psychic damage. It does in fact hit. So first and foremost, that's 6 base damage. And then she gets to do 1d6 psychic damage. And I rolled it for some reason in GM, but it was 6. So minus 6. And that thing isn't looking that great. Right, Nirostine, it is on you now. Oh, I think she said,
I just got a notification that said my connection to the server has been interrupted, and if I make more moves, then it won't be registered.
Yeah, it does that sometimes when it has like little drops. It will go in a second. I've had that happen before.
Okay.
But it is Kara's turn. Kara?
I think I think
She said she'd be right back.
Oh, okay. I must not have heard. My bad.
No. It was in the chat. Way up after your
Oh, okay. My bad.
flurry of blows there.
Yeah. The big flurries. Yeah, these are star spawn manglers, but renamed to voidborn manglers. Oof, they're nasty. It's the recharge ability that allows them to do 6 attacks is the problem. Welcome back, Curran. Perfectly, it's your turn. One of the horrific bug creatures is dead, but there's another one very much still alive.
Okay. I will attempt to chill touch it, and that squid.
And that's squid. So, chill touch the fly creature attack first, and then the squid. So the fly creature, that's a miss. Now for the squid, that's a miss as well.
Okay. Move that there.
Go for it. That one does hit, so roll damage. That's good damage. Alright. Anything else you'd like to do? Any more movement, or are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Cathro, not wanting to die and realizing that this thing is attacking like a madman, disengage actions and moves back towards you guys. It is now the Voidborn Infant's turn. And it doesn't like when people run away, so it's going to go whoop, 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 whoop. What noise I imagine they're making. And then this one's going to go over to there. Now, it does move past Hera's attack range, so she's going to attack for opportunity it, and certainly does hit it, and does... Oh, she literally almost kills it. It's barely alive. Right, one of them is going to do all of its attacks on you, Nearestine, so that's going to be the one that's about to go now.
Okay.
So, 1,
Yep.
2, 22 hits,
Nope.
the 7 doesn't. So that's 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to try to poison quill you. That hits, doesn't it?
Yep.
Right, so first things first. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
So you take the 6 poison damage, and this is to see if you're actually you fail, you are poisoned.
6 poison.
Would you like me to go through what happens to you when you're poisoned? What it means?
I have to do saving throws and things are at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, I will go through exactly what is at disadvantage so that you're aware. As soon as my notes load up for it, because I have this all in my notes. Poison. A creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each one of its turns. So any attack roll you make is at disadvantage now.
Okay.
Right, that's that. Oh no, the one on the other one is going to go for Jaqspur. So let's do that now. Right, so strike 1, strike 2. Oh, that crit definitely hits. So does the 15 hit, Devon? I will check for him because he's probably eating. So that's fine. Let me get his Jaqspur thing open because I can't remember his AC. Yes, sadly the 15 does in fact hit him, so he gets hit twice. A bad thing might happen. So he takes 6, but you notice this time it impacts his. You see the strange cracking again as it hits the psionic barrier around him, and this is where things are going to get bad. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So his psychic barrier breaks, and he loses health. Minus 9. He loses 7 health. Welcome back. Your psionic barrier's gone because the monster rushed up and hit you. Devon, if you look on your sheet, I believe there is something about your psionic barrier that will tell you the unfortunateness of what happens when it breaks. Roll down and see psionic barrier.
Okay.
I want you to read that big second part, please.
Okay, let's see. Out loud?
Yeah, out loud.
Okay.
If these exclamation points are broken,
Let's see. I've been a very bad, naughty boy, and I no longer have my psionic barrier.
If these temporary hit points are broken, a burst of psychic energy immediately bursts out of me, dealing an amount of damage equal to my Psi-Mage level of psychic damage to all creatures other than myself in a radius of 10 feet around me.
Right, so... You are level 11, so Hoot's gonna... not a level, 8. So Hoot's gonna take 8 damage. A nearly dying Cathro's gonna take 8 damage. Neurocide's gonna take 8 damage. That Porcupine's gonna take 8 damage. The one that attacked you is gonna take 8 damage. Thankfully, those two aren't. So, oddly enough, this actually does kill the creature that was trying to kill you. So it won't,
Yeah!
it won't get its next attack.
It all worked out!
So
Yeah.
Neospoon, take 8 damage, please.
Remind me to choke you to death.
I want you
In
to.
that puddle of semen.
I want you to look at Fabio's health for a second.
Well, hanging by a sliver.
Yeah, quite literally hanging by a slipper.
I can't. Yeah.
It's Hoot's turn. Hoot's gonna see the porcupine that poisoned Nerstein. He's gonna try and shoot it. 1. I think that misses. I might miss. Yeah, that misses. Let me do it again. Wow. Both of those miss. In Sarah, it's your turn.
Oh!
Incredible.
Incredible!
Incredible!
Gonna hit this one right here.
The big one. Yeah, let's go. That misses. That's 22 hits, though. Roll damage. -9. Is there any bonus actions you'd like to make, or is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So first things first, it's going to move up there. And then I get to roll a d6. And I roll a 4. So that means it gets its recharge ability back. Right.
Bastard!
Yeah. So, wait, no, that's the wrong enemy sheet. I need to make sure I have the right one for this. There we go. Right, so it's going to attack 1, attack 2. Do those both hit you, Devon?
Was it?
Yeah. So take
Let
the first
me
one.
just say.
The first one's 20 damage.
What was the first one? It was 15? Yeah, that's both it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 20 and then 7 and 5. 5,
20 and then, okay.
12, so 32 total.
Okay. And then -7.
Yeah. And then it's going to attempt to do that claws at you. So where is it? There it is. No, wrong one. Wrong sheet. Fuck. I'm gonna do that. Flurry of claws.
-7.
1, 2.
How do you do the? I thought you could.
5.
No, whatever. It's fine.
What are you trying to do, buddy? Oh,
I was trying to do the minus thing, but it's not working.
Yeah. No. So you do it in the circle. So press it. You delete the number -7. There you go.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And then -8. That's fine. I'll just. That should be 4.
16 plus 16.
There we go.
That's 34. You are knocked unconscious.
Oh.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
Now,
A brilliant showcase of Gunkata.
yeah.
Doesn't he have to make a death saving throw?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Now, because of
Oh, yeah.
your psionic abilities, you need to make me a death save.
Mm-hmm.
To get a 10 or higher.
Alright.
Okay, so you're dying.
Okay.
And then the monster, I actually remembered, it gets to move its movement without taking attacks of opportunity. So it's going to go...
Not gonna lie, if Yak dies right here, I won't even be mad. That'd be
Neither
fucking
will we,
hilarious.
honestly.
So because you failed that, you automatically take 1 failed save. So make 1 failed, add 1 to your failed saves for me.
Yeah.
1. Sam, it's your turn.
All right then. Here's what let me look real quick. I don't like this one. This one's annoying. I don't like this one a lot because it has multiple attacks.
Yeah, and it downed a player in a single turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cautiously. Let me
It
see.
nearly
Here.
downed Cathro in a single turn as well.
Yeah. So we're gonna deal with this.
Yeah.
We're gonna deal with that.
Yeah, I was gonna use my health potion on Father next round.
All right. So. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'm right here. I'm gonna hit it.
Go for it.
However, try to think here. Think. This thing's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I can shave off. Nah, no, we're not gonna use it. We're not gonna use it. We're not gonna use reckless attack. Oh. I was gonna use reckless attack. I was like, oh,
yeah, give yourself an advantage.
Yeah. Well, I could give myself an advantage, but I could also be down in the next round. And if I don't kill it,
yeah.
So I'd rather just hit it and be safe.
Yeah.
So. Okay. All right. Yeah.
It. Roll damage. That's 7.
Wouldn't that be 10?
Oh yes, 10.
Right.
Yeah. No, you did the right thing by reminding me. Right, next attack.
Okay. Kaplow.
That hits. Roll damage. That's 11 now.
11. Okay, where are we at? Not enough.
Not enough.
I'm gonna turn away now. I'm gonna look the other way.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. It's Hera's turn. Hera sees fucking Jaqspur get mauled the fuck out of this thing. Hera rushes up to you and is gonna use one of her spell slots to give a Cure Wounds.
It's trying to hold back on some of those spells, but I should pop some.
Cure Wounds. Get 6 health. Get rid of your death saves.
Oh God! Oh.
I would say that, unlike other times when you were knocked out, because you've had a few times, you distinctly felt your essence of yourself fading away this time. You suddenly feel like maybe it's worse for you to get knocked out now.
That's there's like a weird taste on my tongue. It's,
oh no.
It's weird. That's weird.
Oh,
I don't know what that is. I don't know about that.
You're right there. Like that thing really fucking handed your ass to.
Yeah, I just remember getting slapped to shit, and then I woke up, and there's like this weird taste. I don't get it. I'm probably fine.
I hope so. And then that's her turn. Nerastine, it's your turn. At the end of your turn, you can make that save again, but for now, you're poisoned.
Okay. I'm gonna do Cure Wounds at level 3 on Fabio.
Okay.
So he gets 17 back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move my weapon over to here.
Yeah. Now this isn't a disadvantage because technically you're not hitting, the spiritual weapon is.
Okay.
It's weird. It's a bit jank, but
yeah, I was actually gonna ask that because I wasn't totally sure.
No, it's a bit jank, but it technically isn't you swinging. It's that. So yeah, that definitely hits. So roll damage. Right now, if that's the end of your turn, you can redo the saving throw. Constitution.
Okay, con save at disadvantage.
No, because this isn't a save. This is because a poison only affects checks. I think. Let me check. Ability checks. This isn't a save.
Oh, okay.
So you crit. So you are now no longer poisoned.
Okay.
Heck yeah!
There you go. You have beaten the poison. But that is the end of your turn. It's Cathro's turn. He feels a little bit healthier. He's going to try and get rid of the weird thing that's holding you guys back a little bit. So, Great Sword. Great Sword. Both of those hit. That's 19. I think it might die. Let's have a look. Yes, it is killed. After slashing the fuck out of that thing, he's going to run head first into danger. He's gonna go back over to that. There are no more void spawn infants in this fight, so it's Hoot's turn. And Hoot is gonna try to arrow the fuck out of that thing. Hoot has sharpshooter, so he doesn't have disadvantage, I don't think. I'm gonna double check that. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm thinking of crossbow master. So will Hoot? Yeah, Hoot's gonna try to move back. He'll take the attack of opportunity. It's the best way that he can do damage, so he will just eat it. So that does in fact hit Hoot. Hoot takes 17 damage as it slashes at his body and mind. But Hoot's gonna do what Hoot does. That hits. That one doesn't. That's 15 damage. Minus 15. Right, Insira, it is your turn. This thing's looking very haggard and beaten, but you've seen what this thing can do.
Alright, if I move a little bit away, will it get an attack of opportunity on me?
100%. Unless you move in one of these 3. If you move in one of those 4, you're fine. If you move anywhere but there, it gets an attack of opportunity against you.
So I can't move.
Oh no!
this...
Wait! It's used its reaction. You can move because it already used it on Hoot. Because you only get 1 reaction, so you can move without.
Then I'm gonna move here, there. Oop. Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. Those both hit, so roll damage. 3. 10. Sadly, not enough. Look at that health.
Are you? Oh! Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking it's like drinking a glass of Kool-Aid and trying to get that last drop out. It's like it's taking forever to get it out of that glass.
Any bonus actions you want to do in Zero, or is that you?
I'm looking real quick.
That's okay.
Can't you summon your
No.
spiritual weapon?
No, she hasn't yet.
No.
I don't really want to waste spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It
Oh
was
yeah, that's
fair.
true, because you don't have a magical weapon, so you gotta conserve your spells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no, that's gonna be it.
Unload all your spells and we'll rush back in there and get a long rest.
That's not gonna happen. And sure enough, it rolled a 6, so it gets its Fury of Blows back. Hey, Wilt.
Shit, run for cover!
Hey, Wilt, can you
Oh,
guess
no.
what's gonna happen to you? So,
Oh no!
1 attack, 2 attacks,
Oh, that's not
26 hits. So that's, but it's not a crit because that's the second one. So that's 20. Wait, no, because that's slashing. So that's halved. So 5 slashing and 9 psychic. That's 14 damage, please.
Okay.
And then it's going to do its Fury of Claws. And it's going to do 6 attacks at you. 1,
Damn, you son of a bitch! How many claws do you have?
3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that. Does the 18 hit? It does, doesn't it?
The 18 does hit.
Right, that's 4. So that's 11 damage.
Okay, mine's 11.
6 and 5 is 11. So that's another 11 damage.
Okay.
I think that's it. Oh no, the 21. 5 and 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's another 12 damage. You're unconscious, aren't you?
Yes. Do I even want to do Stone's Endurance? Do I want to?
Bear in mind.
Or do I want to
you
lay on the
woke up-
ground?
Bear in mind, you woke up like 20 minutes ago. So, you're not going to all go, let's have another long rest, shall we? Because that's not how it works. You're not, not to be mean, but to be real, your characters aren't all massively depressed. You don't go and sleep that much.
I don't know. I think we're pretty depressed after this fight.
No, I was joking. I was just saying, like,
No,
I just want to
no,
look.
I was just pointing that out. That's all.
Okay. If I do Stone's Endurance, it's probably gonna be wasted because the last hit only had me with like 4 health.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stay on the ground. How about that? I'll stay on the ground.
Have a nap.
Take a dip.
I'm gonna take a nice nap.
Yeah, a
And hopefully-
nice nap.
Hopefully it's not in the Seaman pool.
It now gets to move at speed without getting attacks of opportunity, so it's gonna flee down this way.
Well,
Seymour will.
Technically, Seymour can get an attack of opportunity against it,
Hell yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
but he doesn't, because he's not actually
Yeah.
fighting anymore. Because you're a Psy Mage now.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
our little buddy.
He's just our little buddy.
He's our little. He's our little Pog champ.
Crab champ.
He's our canonical PogChamp. He's the real Pog.
Jaqspur, it's your
Oh,
turn.
I am going to. What is 30 feet in this?
30 feet is to there.
30 feet to there, yeah. So
If you're
I'm gonna move.
going that way, you can only go 25
Yeah,
because you're moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
No, you have to because you're moving past Sam.
Oh, is that there?
Yeah, because you're moving past Sam. That uses an extra 5 feet if you're going through him.
Oh,
So you can still shoot.
Okay. Can I hit him with something a little bit more assured? I don't think I really can.
You've only got there's nothing that I can think of. And
I wanted to do the cantrip. My plan was to do the cantrip and make it a moment, but too far away.
I mean, that yeah. Too far away for that. I think
Yeah, that's 5 feet. Yeah, no way.
So you need to shoot him, I think.
Yeah, just bang.
Kill this fly.
Bang!
That hits. Roll damage.
Bang! Bang!
It's dead.
That's, like he runs, he does like he kind of almost trips over Wilt. Ah shit! He gives chase. Bang!
Hits it in the back.
Hey, I'm trying to sleep.
Hits it in the back of its head as it's fleeing, and just blows its insectile brains across the ground.
Yeah, his furry aim is true.
His furry aim is true.
Wait, we still got one more person on the battlefield.
Yeah, who's doing something with that crystal. There's a reason why I just had him do nothing.
Do it?
Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah. But that.
Now we gang up on him, beat up that nerd.
For all intents and purposes, combat is over.
Ow!
So, you're unconscious. Roll me a death save.
Alright.
You're not. You can't die from this, but just roll me a death save because you were gonna make one anyway.
Just run up and pound his chest.
It's just to click on death.
Yeah.
Is it
click
death
on-
saves?
If you click on death save, it'll roll.
I'm up.
You pass, so you're fine. You're not dying.
Yeah.
You're not super dying right now. You're not awake though. So unless someone wants to go and help him, I want him to roll me a d4, and that's how long you're gonna be unconscious for.
Okay.
And Sarah, do you want to get him up?
Nernstein, how about you?
Fucking lazy bitch.
Hey, I gotta save these spells for the final battle.
Yeah, I meant to use one right there, but he ran like a bitch.
That's 17 health. So Wilk and won't you wake back up with 17 health?
Okay. I also have a potion I could drink.
What potion
I-
do you have?
I wouldn't use... Wait.
Go on.
I wouldn't use potions. Let's use some hit die.
But we need
it's
to
well over the map.
go for a short rest though.
Yes.
Yeah, if we have people that can guard. It's better than using up the potions right now. Because you
That is true.
need those for the final battle. Save
Alright.
resources.
So, if
Paint a picture for me real quick.
yes, go ahead.
So I'm running with the torch in one hand, presumably, right?
Yeah.
It's fairly dark past the torch's thing, and I make the shot anyway.
Yes.
That's decently difficult, right?
Yes.
Because it's like pitch black.
Not pitch black, but it's very hard to see a weird, skittish, horrific creature.
Okay. I just want to understand that for my brain's sense of canon.
So it was really hard to make it out. It's like, you know, when you see something just beyond your light frame, where you can still kind of see the outline of it, but you can't see the details of it. That's kind of what it was. If it was further down, if it was like over here, I would have actually made you take it at disadvantage because you couldn't see it at that point. But because you're still like just in the edge of the light frame, I made it feel that you would still see the outline of it in that.
Yeah, hit it right as it was about to leave my view.
Yes, exactly. Just as it was about to get to the point where you can't actually see it.
Presumably running with the torch, no time to stop and aim either.
Yeah, you just ran and you just quickly kind of brought it up, kind of holding the torch, I imagine, just to try and give some extra light, and just kind of like maybe closed one eye and just
aim down the torch.
Yes, yeah, you got the torch. I imagine you're holding the torch like above your head, kind of outwards, and then you've got the pistol outstretched, and you're doing that thing where you're closing one eye to try and get the eye that's better adjusted to the dark, and bang, and you just see the viscera of the blood splatter against the wall right there.
Hell yeah.
You had a cool kill moment, Jaqspur.
I did, yeah.
Only took like 28 episodes, but you got it.
Yeah.
Did it anyway.
Fucking that psychic bullet. Oh,
Yeah,
I just collapses.
Psychic bullet blew its mind.
Get the fuck out.
Right.
I didn't make the joke this time.
I did.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're going to short rest, we'll go through what you're doing in your short rest, because there's some story stuff here that you can do. But for the mechanics of a short rest, you first and foremost, Devon, you get all of your psionic barrier back.
From the short rest?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I thought so.
Yeah. If you had used psi points, you would get half of your psi points back. But hey, you didn't use any, so you don't need to worry about that. And now you can all use hit dice. You can use as many as you want, but remember, if you only get half of your level's worth back on a long rest.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, so I remember. I'm allowed, not that I need to now, but I'm allowed to use my hit dice to get my MP back as well.
I believe yes, I believe you have that. You either just have it or you haven't got it yet. It will be on there if you have it. I'll take a quick look right now.
I will.
You've got all your MP, so
I'm gonna roll 3 because that's all I can really afford.
yeah.
Wait, you should have gotten your hit die back on a long rest.
Yeah, you should have all.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good point actually.
You should have up to half back, so you got 4.
I was missing 7. I'm sorry, I had 7.
So you get 4 back. So that would.
Which means I have max. I have max.
Yeah, you're back to max.
All right.
Wait, how do you have 7?
I had 7.
He
Now I
used
have
one.
4.
He used one.
Okay.
I remember.
I thought he meant he
why am I-
had 7 total.
No, I have 8 total. Why am I forgetting where the fucking die thing is?
It's under. So you got your health.
Oh, it's literally right there.
Yeah, there you go. Hera,
So
you
1,
literally got the amount she needed to get her hit points back.
2.
That's pretty sad that a crit fail's all she needed.
She only took 4 damage. Trying to hit her as well, but sometimes it doesn't work.
While everybody's healing up,
Yeah.
I am going to go to the crystals that have already expelled their contents,
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Wow.
and I'm gonna
Lewd.
gather more minerals.
Alright, let me do mine.
7 and 9. So that would be...
That'll be enough for Hoot. He's almost at full health. Right, so you're gonna go and are you gonna collect up the?
There we go.
Roll me investigation.
Okay. I will guidance myself.
So roll me guidance.
So 14.
Let me just roll the dice to see if I'm attacked by spider. Yeah, you do.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
I know I was
Oh.
testing my luck.
Oh,
Let me.
fight 2.
The fucking pop rock spiders.
Yeah, I need to get it open now. Where did I put it? I put it in Underdark. That's it. There we go. The entire world goes that grey color that you normally see, except suddenly you see one of the horrific Lothian spiders appear again. Let me get its HP up. There we go. Let me just. Oh, I need its AC as well. That would help. God damn it! Come on. No, I don't want you, Jaqspur. Get out of the way.
No one wants Jaqspur.
No one wants you.
He bites the mouse.
15. Right. Roll me initiative. This only happens if I nat 1, and I nat 1, so...
Of course.
Oh boy, look at that.
Yeah.
The spider gets to go first, too.
Fucking spider.
This is our episode epilogue.
Spider goes up to
Bonus
you.
fight.
Spider tries to bite you. 13 misses, right?
Correct.
Then
No music, only pain.
only pain. There's a 17 hit you there. Takes 9 psychic damage. And roll me a con save, please.
No,
You've got an item. So, you know what that should play. Oh no!
Crazy
it's a
frog!
spider!
Oh, down.
Yeah! So it's your turn. Fight the spider.
Is she okay? What's going on over there?
Fight
Yeah,
the
can any of
spider.
us see what's going on?
Not
You have
yet.
dark vision. You should be able to see.
Not yet, because it's been a total of 6 seconds.
That's what I meant, Kara, not if I could actually see.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. But yeah, go. Do the
I was checking something real quick.
Yeah, go.
Okay, I will pull out Heartseeker.
You pull out Heartseeker while in the Nether Realm. You have done a thing. Hold on a second. Well, not Nether Realm, but I don't actually have a name for it. Hold on a second. I need to find something now.
The After Realm.
The After Realm, yeah.
The After Dark.
Look who's back, everybody!
Oh God.
Oh!
Yeah! He's back from the dead! Hold on, I need to...
He used his own weapon on him. He's a little bitch.
You're assuming he's an enemy.
Oh!
I
Yeah,
mean-
we opened fire and then, yeah, another
I
fight we
can't
didn't have
see
to have.
any of this. Y'all can only see me.
So,
Oh,
We only see
man.
misery and pain.
as you pull out the sword, a ghostly visage, the soul of Quintus, appears next to you, and seems confused. Like, what am I doing here? Wait, no, this isn't where I'm supposed to be.
No, bitch.
He then looks. He then looks at the creature in front of him in shock and awe, and now, hold on, edit, Kara. You now have access to Master Quintus while in the afterlife.
Hey.
You may now, whenever this happens and you're in there and you wield that sword and you draw it, you may now use him essentially as a summon. So he can act after you.
Okay.
Well, look at that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take
I
a
will-
moment to look at his sheet. He is an NPC sheet, so obviously it's very different. But
Yeah.
do you go wild? If you need any explanation for what he can do, just let me know and I'll help you.
Go nuts, fam.
I don't ever want to hear you say that again.
I don't ever want to hear him say that again. But wait. He goes after you, so it's still your turn first. So you pulled out Heartseeker. What are you gonna? And then all of a sudden, Quintus has like a ghostly visage of Quintus has appeared, and he's asking what's going on. And he turns and looks at the spider. But it's your turn. You still have your sword out. What are you gonna
Okay.
do?
I will attack first.
Mm-hmm. That just misses, I'm afraid.
Okay. Since I don't get 2 attacks,
No, you don't, I'm afraid. 'Cause you're,
I tell him that while here he obeys me and he will attack the spider.
He tries to fight it, but even though he's saying, I'm not going to do what you tell me, his body is actively doing it. So act as Quintus to attack the spider.
Okay. So he too will draw a Heartseeker.
Yeah, it's like a ghostly visage of it. It's not quite the same weapon, but it's a ghostly visage.
And he will attack.
That definitely hits. Roll the damage for me. So that's 15.
And he will do sneak attack since I'm assuming the spider is focused on me.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's an extra 13 damage.
No. You roll it. Don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's...
So 5d6.
Yeah, it recommends to do that, and some DMs use that because it's fairer. But I like the.
Okay.
See, there you go. That did even more. So.
Okay,
It
he
grieves
will.
in pain as the soul blade attacks him.
He will attack again with silence.
That definitely hits. And that's 10 damage.
And then he will finish with yet another Heartseeker.
Go for it. That misses,
Wait.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
So, does he want to do any bonus actions, or is that all?
He will use Light-Footed as a bonus action, and he will disengage to put some distance between them for now.
Okay, well, it is now the spider's turn again. It wreathes in pain as this has never happened to it before. It's never been hit like this, but it still sees you and it's still pissed off. So it attempts to bite you. Does that hit?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ow.
That's a what a damage. So what I want you to do is you take the 14 piercing, but now roll me a Constitution saving throw. You crit it, so you take half damage, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So take 8 more poison damage. And you're not actually poisoned.
Okay.
And then it's going to attempt to soul rend you. And it misses. Now it's your turn again.
Okay. I will attack again with Heartseeker.
Go for it. Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage. Ooh, that's good damage.
And I will do Divine Strike on top of that.
Yes,
so
so roll your
1d8.
D8. You should have remembered that last time.
Well, I didn't hit last time.
Oh, yeah, you didn't. My bad. My bad.
So that's an extra 1.
Do you want to draw silence and try to stab with silence?
Yeah.
Go for it. So that definitely hits. Now the damage you roll is going to be slightly less because you're doing it in an offhand. So that's not actually 5. That's actually only 2 because you don't get the dex bonus because it's an offhand weapon. You see that you've caved in this weird soul spider beast quite a lot. It doesn't look like it's long for this world. Quintus is shouting over at you. What are you doing? How can you do this? What witchery is this?
I shout back that this thing consumed you when you died. Do you want it to continue to consume our kind when we die?
It kind of consumed me. I'm still here.
Look around you. Does this look like the world of the living?
No, this is the world of the dead. But that doesn't mean that it consumed me.
Then you're obviously not alive if you're in the world of the dead.
You probably did it, you bastard.
Well, yeah, I did kill you. And this thing ate you.
But it couldn't have ate me because I'm... What?
You're dead. Deal with it. And you're under my control. Now fight.
Now do what you would with him.
He would reluctantly move back into fight with the spider preoccupied.
Mm-hmm.
And he would go again.
That hits. Roll damage. This will kill it. And it bursts into witch fire and fades away. And you would notice as this happens, the exact same thing happens to Quintus. His soul fades away, seemingly then returning to Heartseeker. You then wake up back from your days in the real world. You have a nasty spider bite against your shoulder, but you're back here. And we're actually going to leave it there with that revelation of what's happened because we're about almost 3 hours and 40 minutes, and we don't like to push it too long because I know that people start to it starts to get a bit on people's attention span. So I'm going to stop it there. And I also like that as a thematic endpoint. So I hope you all had fun with this one.
Yep.
I'm sure
Yeah.
some discussion that happens afterwards. But yeah, we have now seen a little bit of what a Psy-Mage Siren can do. And we've seen...
Should have taken my shotgun shot when I had it.
Maybe. But hey, you still killed it.
Yeah.
Next time,
I forgot.
don't dip your feet in semen.
I forgot that I was gonna get a half refill, at least up to 20 points on the short rest. So I was like, and now if I'd known that, I would have taken it.
That's okay. It's a learning process. It's essentially a whole new wait, not even essentially. It is a whole new class to you.
Yeah. I forgot. As long as I get a short rest, I basically have a half refill.
Yes, you do. But you now know for next time. So
23 points.
I'm going to stop the recording there, but I would happily continue talking about this if we do it here or if we do it on other places. But thank you, everybody, and until next time, bye-bye.